Welcome to Wildcat Gym for Lady Wildcat Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HubsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we're getting ready for a doubleheader tonight. It is girls and boys basketball against Roswell Goddard, and it is the next to the last district game, next to the last game of the regular season. And boy, every game is crucial. When you get down to this point in the season, every point you score is crucial. Point differentials figure into all kinds of data that go into the metrics that decide the playoffs and the seeding for the playoffs and so forth. So it's not just important to win the games, but coaches and everybody else has their eye on all kinds of other factors, regarding these games. So we are getting set for the Lovington girls game first, to be followed by the boys. And the girls should be coming off of, they should be coming in with a lot of confidence, a real high, coming off a win against Artesia. So yeah, on Friday night at the Bulldog Pit, it was a great win for our Lady Wildcats over Artesia, and 62-41 was the final score. And a pretty decisive win that the Lady Cats really had that game in hand just pretty much the whole way, although it never felt really comfortable until toward the very end when they really stretched it out by 15 and 20 points, because you just know Artesia's poised to be able to come back, which made the consistency that the Lady Cats played with even more impressive on Friday night. TJ,
well, and did a great job, came in, of course, even when Artesia is a little bit down, and they are this year, there just seems to be some kind of mental block when it comes to Lovington teams, when it comes to Artesia, especially in Artesia. But the Lady Cats doing a nice job coming out, and as you mentioned, getting the big victory there. Lovington at 14-10 on the year, 2-2 in district, but they are right now second in district. But more importantly, in the coaches poll and in the Max Preps matrix, they are the 8th seed right now, the number 8 team in Class 4A. Now, what that means is if they can hold on to that, they would get a home playoff game. But that means they need to win tonight.
They do.
They need to win on Friday night against Portales, which is going to be a very tough road to hoe.
Tough. Sure.
Portales, number 4 team in the state. And then they're probably going to need to pick off a game. They'd like to be number 2 in district. That way they've got the district tournament semifinal here next week. And and pick off that game against either Artesia or Goddard again. And I think that would probably lock them into that number 8 seed and get them a home game here in the first round of the playoffs. So, yeah, still an awful lot to play for. And really, if you want to play at home in 2 weeks when the playoffs start, tonight must win.
Win tonight. Got to do it. And they're capable of that, having beaten Goddard already. But they do need to come into this tonight and just keep their feet on the gas, play very poised and confidently, just like they played on Friday night. They were really steady through the whole game, and I like the fact that it was really balanced scoring as well. I mean, in that game, Ashlyn Barunda led with 19 points, but Castro Malaya had 15. In fact, she popped a couple of trays in that game, and it was a good showing. One of her best games of the season was Friday night. And then Aubrey Aranda had 10 points. Carly Knapp had 14 points. She netted 4 trays in that game. Where did that come from? It was a great game for her to pop up and really get her perimeter shooting hot and keep it that way. I mean, 3 of those threes came in the first half. But she was able to, score and popped another tray in that second half as well. So it was a good team effort, very steady. Like the fact that almost every girl who played got in the stats in some way, shape, or form with rebounds, and so it was a good showing. And they're going to need all of that knowledge, that confidence, that feeling. Yes. They are 2-2 in district. They control their own destiny at this point, and they need to continue to win in order to control their own destiny as much as possible. When you're not number 1, it all becomes a series of numbers and data into the matrix and all of that.
And tonight starts the race for number 2, because I don't see any way that, and I could be wrong, I don't see any way Artesia's beating Portales tonight, which would give Portales the district championship and give them the number 1 seed going into the to the district tournament next week. But if you're number 2, again, that means you host a district tournament game. and you're going to have a better chance of getting into that district tournament championship. And then, as I mentioned, hosting that first round game.
Exactly. And that also means that, when you go right into, as number 2 in the district, you go right into the semifinals. You don't have to play, 3 games during the week. You only play 2. You have a little more time to prepare, and then you're not so weary, you're not road weary, you've gotten to host the semis, and then you have a chance to win that game and then get into the championship game as well. So it's all a matter of, if that win, but it all means that you've got to do the number one most important thing in front of you right now, and that is win tonight. So, and of course, Chief Ridgeforth, I'm sure, has worked figures and looked at this in more ways than we have, and has told his team, and they know exactly what their job is tonight and what they've got to do individually on the floor as a team. And then their immediate goal tonight, you just got to win this game and then move on and try to win Friday night as well. So, and they're looking better and better. I think they just have continued to evolve over this season and over the last couple of seasons, and they are light years, from where they were just a couple 3 seasons ago. But still, what's in front of you next, that's what's important, is what you do tonight, what you do next. So they can't sit on their laurels and continue to celebrate that win over Artesia. Now they've got to put that in motion tonight and come away with the W. We're going to take a break and come back and go down the rosters and talk a little bit about Goddard and what we expect out of this game coming up as we bring you more Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat basketball from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle, getting ready for the first of 2 games tonight, Lovington versus Goddard. And, we mentioned the really even scoring and the girls who stepped up against Artesia in that win on Friday night. They were without Abigail Schaus in that game. And, I tell you what, Carly Knapp stepped up with rebounds. Aranda had 5 rebounds. Castro had 5 rebounds. Barunda had 7 rebounds, I believe, in that game. So, and there were rebounds from Corral and Blackwell and Rios before she fouled out. So it was nice. They all knew, the girls knew that they had to step up and really help in that. And even though they didn't win the rebounding battle overall against Artesia, they made the most, of those rebounds and those possessions. So they're going to need to do that. I bring that up because they're going to need to remember that tonight, even though Schaus is playing in the game tonight. And as far as we know, they have a full full roster. They have everybody healthy and ready to play tonight. They are going to really bring it, their inside game, the perimeter shooting, and they're going to have to get the boards. They're going to have to watch their turnovers. They really did a nice job. They had fewer turnovers in the game against Artesia than Artesia did, and they were able to, make points out of the rebounds, out of the steals that they had as well, TJ. So they're going to need all of that against Goddard tonight. Even though they know that they can beat Goddard, they're going to have to do it. And sometimes when the pressure is really on, that's when you really hold on a little tight and you play tight, and sometimes it can be trouble.
Well, it certainly can, and we mentioned Lovington playing for second. So is Goddard, 1-3 in district. But if they win tonight and then they knock off Artesia, well, then all of a sudden they're looking at being the second seed in district, and anything to not have to go back to Roswell. But the pressure is on Lovington a little bit. The target is a little bit on their back coming into this game for the Goddard Rockets. So, and Goddard is a team that can get very physical, and sometimes Lovington has a little bit of trouble with physical teams. Yeah. So watch for that physicality.
They did a nice job knowing that Artesia is, gets a little physical. They did a pretty good job of that, of holding their ground and responding to some of that physicality on Friday night from Artesia. And of course, they came up with that big win, so a 21-point win. So looking forward to that. All right, so we're probably going to be taking a break for our national anthem and introduction of teams. So we'll get ready for this. So it's worth mentioning too that Goddard, even though they're 1-3 in district, they are ranked 12th in New Mexico 4A right now. So they're definitely not out of the playoff picture yet, and they will have something to say about that tonight. Let's take a break and come back with more Lady Wildcat basketball coming up.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
23-24.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat basketball. As they did put them up, so I won't have to go by that. So we're getting ready, looking at the rosters and listening to the introduction of teams. Number 1 for Goddard is Jasmine De Leon. 3 is Aubrey Bolanos. 4 is Sofia Arroyo Begueria. 10 is Natalie Hardwick. 11 Aubrey Escobar. 14 Olivia Rosso. 15 is Andrea Ledesma. 20 is Kiana Thomas. 21 Julissa Duran. 22 Andy Israel. 23 Addison Harrell. 24 Carmen Grado. And 34 is Faith Perez. And your starters are number 1, 3, 20, 23, and 24 for Goddard. For your Lovington Lady Cats, number 3 is Paisha Gonzalez, 4 is Carly Knapp, 5 is Aubrey Aranda, 10 is Braylon Hernandez, 12 Malaya Castro, 14 Ashlyn Barunda, 22 Leslie Corral, 23 is Zoe Blackwell, 24 Jabri Rios, and 42 Abigail Schaus. Your starters for Lovington will be Knapp, Aranda, Castro, Barunda, and Schaus. And they are being introduced right now on the court. So we are getting ready for tip-off. TJ, what are your final thoughts before we get this game going?
Going to be important to get out to a fast start. I think if you are the Lovington Lady Cats, if you can put your foot on the gas early, get this Goddard team down, then you can pretty much just cruise on in. Going to be very important to get Schaus involved after having a game off in the low post, but just be aware, we're going to see it again, and we've seen it all season. They're probably going to collapse 3 girls on her when she gets into the low post, so that'll mean you've got to find those open girls, because there's going to be at least 2 open every time that goes down low.
And that means perimeter shooting going to be very important for the Lady Wildcats. They want to get up early and stay up. Much better and easier to keep your feet on the gas than to try to play catch up. So look for them to try to get on the board quick. They were making some very quick transitions. I was impressed with the speed that they were moving, with which they were moving the ball on Friday against Artesia, and with their transitions. And that was partly how they were able to counter the rebounding that Artesia was doing. Lovington had decent rebounding, but even though they were losing the rebounding, they were making some quick transitions, and they were getting some second looks at the basket. And the tip will be controlled by Goddard. Moving it down the right, into the right wing. A pass in near the lane. Going to go back out to the right corner. A 3-ball attempt up, and just like that, well, Goddard won the tip, and they put up the first 3 points in the game.
De Leon got open, got it right back after a good pass underneath. She took the shot, made it.
Now Lovington with the ball in their court. Castro's got it top of the arc to Knapp in the right corner, to Barunda, now over to Aranda, who is open, but her trajectory is off, and her 3-point is no good. The ball loose and picked up, controlled by Goddard. That's number 3, Bolanos, with the rebound. But then the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, quick throwaway for Goddard, just a bad pass. Lovington with good pressure on, lets them get the ball back. Got to take advantage.
And they do. They've got to. No empty possessions. That's something that Chief has preached. And a 3-ball on the way now. Aranda just needed a little practice and then popped the net, and we're tied 3-all after a turnover by Goddard. And Goddard still in the backcourt. That is Bolanos running the point, and the ball almost stolen away on a pass intended by Grado. Nice hustle by Aranda over there, but it is last touch by Lovington, so it will stay Goddard ball. So they will inbound midcourt into the backcourt, and it is going to be Bolanos running the point. A pass stolen away, a bad pass, and Abby Schaus picks it up, gets it over. Barunda's going to drive the lane, put it up and in. So Barunda with 2 points gives Lovington the 2-point lead, 5-3 now.
Force the turnover, get the bucket. If you keep that going all night, you're in good shape.
Gets double teamed by triple teamed really by Knapp and Castro and Schaus, and a timeout is taken. It is a Goddard timeout. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here.
Coach Roybal taking that one because he saw that Bolanos got trapped up right at the timeline. There was nowhere for her to go, and so he was forced to take the timeout to try and maintain the possession. So a good timeout there to maintain possession. Lovington up 5-3.
It is a good timeout. However, it burns a timeout that Goddard may actually, need later on or want to use later on, but we'll see. It is early in this game. We're just barely underway, about a minute or so gone, about a minute and a half gone in this game. Of course, after the Lady Cats play, the Wildcats will play against Goddard as well. So a twofer tonight. We appreciate you watching and listening to Wildcat Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And we are back to play after the Goddard timeout. They inbound in front of the scorer's table. And Bolanos to run the point. Passes it over and then passes it back. And, yes, a travel. So that's second turnover.
Third.
Third for Goddard, actually. So, yes.
And Lovington has cashed in on the previous two. So.
Exactly, and Lovington has not turned the ball over yet. So they will inbound. Aranda to Castro in front of the scorer's table. Back to Aranda. Pass it into Barunda. Barunda, no room under the basket, so she gets it out to Malaya. Malaya pulls the trigger on three, no good. Schaus with the rebound. Her putback, no good. And then another look at the basket, no good. And the rebound now, this time, is brought down by Grotto. They bring it down quickly, get it to De Leon. De Leon almost loses it. Working on the right wing. She's got Castro in front of her. Moves it over and decides to pop the tray. It won't fall, and Knapp with the rebound. Nice work, and she just brings it down. Passes it off to Castro, pulls up. No room, no place to go. Gets it back. Aranda back to Knapp, now back to Castro as Castro pulls back midcourt to Barunda in the lane. Oh, beautiful. She puts it up. Oh, no good. And a fight for the rebound. Schaus knowing she did not want to foul, and she was too far back to get the ball. So that is going to be a rebound actually for number Thomas in the game now. She kicks it out. Oh, De Leon thinks about the three, or Bolanos thinks about the three. Good guarding by Lovington. She drives the lane, and it's popped out, knocked out. So another turnover. And Castro to Knapp. Knapp tries to put it up and in. Fight for the rebound. Castro's got it. Now to Aranda. Aranda drives in, puts it out to Knapp. Knapp thinks about the three, but she's got Bolanos on her. So over to Castro. Castro tunes it up and drops it through the net. And her feet, was it a three? Yes. Here, I was looking down, hoping that her foot was not over the line inside. Nice work as Castro now in with three. 8-3 your score. 4:45 left. Bolanos double teamed by Lovington. Nice defense as Goddard's going to kick it over to De Leon. De Leon just moves it back. They slow the pace down a little bit, looking for someone. Oh, nice work as Barunda got right over there in the corner. And going to be another, is it going to be a foul or a turnover?
Travel.
Turnover, yeah, travel.
Couldn't decide if she wanted to lean in and shoot or pass it. And when you do that, you're always going to take that little slide, and they're going to get you every time.
And the thing about that is when you travel, you do hesitate a little bit, and sometimes another player will be heading for you, and you pull up short, and that player on the opposite team will foul. So a lot of times when that happens, I always kind of wait to see, are they going to call the travel or was there a foul? So another fourth turnover, and Lovington trying to take advantage of it. Knapp working against De Leon all the way across the arc, leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda pulls out, now drives in toward the right, trying to bank it off the glass. It doesn't fall, but she gets fouled. Let's see who they call that on. I think it may have been on Hardwick? Bolanos, okay. So first foul on Bolanos. And going to the line. First one is going to be short. So Aranda with 3 points in the game so far. A chance to add another one here. 8-3 your score, 5-point lead, and that one falls in, rattles home for another point, 9-3 with 4 minutes left in the first. Goddard with the ball still in the backcourt. Lovington set up in defense. Across the line, De Leon back to Bolanos. Bolanos now over to Thomas. And the ball almost taken away by Aranda on that pass. Good defense. Bolanos stops and tries to pop the three. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds, so it'll go to Lovington. And a chance for them to increase their score here. They want to use every possession and score on every possession, no empty possessions. And that gave them, they really did not. You could tell they were working to try to minimize empty possessions against Artesia Friday night. Aranda with the ball. Oh, and a bad pass, fought for it. Oh, got lucky. Barunda was looking and tries to pop a three. It doesn't fall, but Castro with her second rebound puts it up and in. Barunda with the rebound. Her putback is good. She's got 4 points in the game, makes it 11-3.
Nice job fighting for the offensive glass there. It gave them a couple of looks, and they finally cashed one in.
Roswell Goddard with the ball. Bolanos all the way over to Thomas. Thomas kicks it out to De Leon. De Leon tries to pop the three. It will not fall, and that's going to be Aranda with another rebound. Or actually, I think that's her first. Yeah, I've got it as her first. To Knapp in the right corner. She's got Bolanos in her face. To Barunda. Barunda also quickly swarmed. Kicks it back to Aranda. Aranda driving in, leaves it off for Knapp. Knapp pulls up. Oh, a nice little pass, and Knapp, in the process of passing, are they going to call the trip foul, or are they going to call it on Knapp? Let's see.
Yeah, they're going to get the
call
trip on Israel.
Yep, Israel with their first foul on her. It'll be on the floor. Lovington will have the ball. It'll be number 10. That's Hernandez, Braylon Hernandez, coming into the game for the first time to inbound to Castro. Castro, bounce pass to Barunda. Barunda back to Castro. Castro's got Bolanos all over her. So she stops and decides to pop the tray. It doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound, and Barunda's got it, her second. Works it around the arc. Goddard really has stepped up their defensive pressure here. They are all over anybody who has the ball. That's Bolanos all over Castro. Castro spins in the lane, tries to bank it off the glass, doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to end up being controlled by Goddard. I believe
Hardwick came down with it.
Hardwick, and Hardwick actually leads in rebounds.
Hardwick feeling some elbows there. Lucky she didn't get caught.
And they pass in the lane and looking for room. A bounce pass goes across the baseline, goes out of bounds. One of the Goddard girls goes down, and I think they're going to call Barunda with the foul.
I think Hernandez, Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez, 10, not 14. And all right, so, yep, that's her first foul. It will be on the floor, and Goddard will inbound. That is going to be Grado inbounding just to the right of the Goddard basket. A quick throw in. And then they get it over to Grotto in the right corner. No good. Schaus back in the game with a rebound. Nice work. As Lovington going to pass it in the backcourt, get it to Castro. Castro taking her time across the timeline, motioning for Corral in the game now to come up. And I think they are going to, no, timeout. Chief Bridgeforth wants to call a timeout. Let's see if it's a 30 or a 60. I think it's probably he's seeing something, and it's just a 30. So we'll keep it here and just say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. You see their logos across the video screen, and you hear their ads. So listen and watch, and of course, the sponsors are paying to make sure that the athletics for Lovington are sponsored, they're supported, and that way you can watch and listen and never have to pay anything. So we appreciate those sponsors, and maybe if you do, then remember to shop at those businesses, because they are supporting the athletics and the students athletes of Lovington. Back in out of the Lovington timeout, a quick one. Chief had his board out. Let's see. Obviously he was looking at what Goddard was doing, noticing probably the more aggressive defense by them. It's passed in and almost lost. Ball's loose, but it'll be picked up by Lovington. Into the hands of Castro. Now she's getting double teamed. A pass to Schaus. Schaus trying to put it up and in, no good. She gets her own rebound. Her putback no good. And then a fight for it coming off the rim, and a whistle sounds as they are going to get, I think, 22. Are they going to get Israel for that? I think so. Yeah,
yep.
That's her second foul. So that will put Rios, number 23, Jabri Rios at the line. And that one is no good. She'll get another chance at it. It is 11-3, just a minute 10 left in this first quarter, as Lovington has held Goddard to just 3 points in the first quarter thus far. Got a sub coming out. They move Grotto into the blocks. And the second one up, and that one's no good as well. But Schaus with the rebound. Her putback is good, so she has 2 points in the game now. She's got like 5 rebounds, I think.
4, yeah.
Well, okay. I think she had 5, because she had two different times when she had a couple of rebounds with the same ball.
We'll go with it.
So Goddard passing around the arc. Now they find somebody just to the left of the basket. The ball up, no good. Fight for the rebound. They should call a jump ball, and they do, as getting her hand on it was Rios fighting for it. Rios is one of the players that Lovington can count on to be more physical. She's not afraid to get in there, and she's just a more physical player, and she can do that. She's learning to try to do it without fouling. She did foul out of the game against Artesia on Friday night. So another possession arrow going to Lovington. They get it in, and they pass it to Schaus. Schaus had posted up and able to find the range again and pour 2 more points in. So now it is 15-3 with less than 30 seconds left in this first quarter. A pass into De Leon, and then she gets it, and that was posting up was number 10. That was Hardwick, up and in. So now she has 2 points, 15-5 your score. Just fewer than 10 seconds left. Lovington going to play for this last shot. And a bad pass goes over the head of Braylon Hernandez. So that's a turnover for Lovington. Just their, second of the
Just first.
First one, wow. First one of this first. So that's an area, that they've been working on. And the clock runs out on the first quarter. It is 15-5. Lovington is leading, and we'll be back with the second quarter of this game, Lovington versus Goddard, with more Lady Cat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. It's Lady Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And at the end of the first quarter, Lovington leading this one 15-5. Goddard has the ball to start the second quarter. They inbound, don't seem to be in a big hurry. Pass it over to Grotto. Grotto all the way up to Bolanos. Bolanos back to De Leon. Top of the arc. Back to Bolanos on the right wing. Now they get it into their number 10, Hardwick. She posts up, but no room, so she kicks it out, and a 3-ball from Addison Harrell.
Grotto.
All right, 3-ball, 15-8, just like that. Roswell's only 7 points down. Lovington got to stretch that lead back out. And Castro decides to just run it coast to coast, try to put it in. It doesn't fall. Schaus with the rebound. Her putback no good. She gets a rebound and then loses the ball. Goddard picks it up. That is 24, Grotto, who pulls up, tries to pop the tray. It doesn't fall. And Aranda skies up for the rebound. Going to take it across the timeline. Now she just drives in and tries to put it up and in from the right. It doesn't fall, but she does get fouled.
They're going to call that on Hardwick as a nice job, as Aranda saw that she had a little bit of an opening there, got over there. Hardwick slid over and ran into her, kept it from dropping in, but it'll put Aranda at the line for 2.
She's 1 for 2 at the line so far and gets that one to fall. So 2 for 3 at this point. Schaus and Borunda are in the blocks for Lovington. Just under 7 minutes left in the second, and the second one falls as well. So 3 of 4 at the free throw line and puts Lovington back up 17-8. Goddard will have the ball across the timeline on the left side. Now getting over to De Leon on the right, moving it over. Back over to the right. That's number 23, Harrell. Harrell to Bolanos. Bolanos back to De Leon. She pulls the trigger on the 3 and nothing but net. That's her second tray of the game. And somebody has got to stay on her and try to keep her from popping the net from the corners for sure. So it is a timeout, and it's a Lovington timeout, and it's a long one. It's a full 60. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Wildcat basketball.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Lady Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. A full 60 timeout taken by Chief Bridgeforth as the Lovington girls led at the end of the first quarter 15-5 and now are up 17-11 in this one. But Chief obviously seeing maybe some things he wanted to get the girls to work on, and he did not.
Yeah, 6-2 run, and they've left the shooters open from three-point land, so I'm sure he's telling them you've got to guard that perimeter a little bit.
Got to. De Leon has killed him for 2 trays in the game so far. She has 6.
Grotto has another.
Yeah, so. and De Leon has 6 of the 11 points on the board for Goddard. Castro running the point to Aranda, and Aranda puts it up and in from the left. Nice moves, and puts Lovington back up 19-11. Lovington has, I think that they're not being super aggressive in terms of trying to steal the ball. They're just kind of drifting back into defense mode. And we'll see what happens as Goddard, they're doing a good job of defending the paint. And Bolanos tries to get through and can't, so she gives it over to Harrell.
Yep.
And Harrell pops the tray from the left corner. So again, that's 4 threes in the game for Goddard. 5:37 left in the second quarter. Aranda with it. Passes up to Schaus. Schaus had posted up, but she is swarmed and no place to go. So she kicks the ball to Knapp. Knapp gets it back to Castro. Castro pulls the trigger on the 3. It will not fall, and it's Harrell who skies for the rebound. So an empty possession for Lovington, and Goddard heating up their perimeter shooting. And they get it to Bolanos in the left corner. Barunda all over her. Ooh, pops the ball out. Almost stolen. Now Knapp goes for it. And Barunda comes up and gets it over to Malaya Castro. Malaya passes over to Knapp in the right corner, and Knapp gets they're going to call her.
She got bumped and
she
went
did,
to the ground, but they call her for the travel.
Yeah. So a turnover.
Just the second, though, for Lovington.
Yeah, they've really been working on that aspect of their game, I think, because fewer turnovers, fewer empty possessions. If you don't turn over the ball, then you don't give the other team a chance to score. And I think they're going to call. Yeah, they're going to call Barunda with a foul there, but it'll be on the floor, and they're going to call that. Say that she tagged Grotto. Grotto will inbound. Barunda is not somebody, that's just her first foul. She's not one of the Lovington players you want to get into foul trouble for sure. Driving the lane was De Leon trying to put it up, and instead it goes out of bounds. Knocked out by Lovington, no foul, which is good. And it just kind of interrupted the offensive rhythm there of Goddard. That's always a good thing. Ball going way back to De Leon. De Leon passes it off. Now gets it back and puts up a little float or a little jumper. Won't fall, but the rebound is for Goddard's. And then a bounce pass in the lane is taken away by Barunda. She drives in, gets it to Castro. Castro pulls the trigger on a 3 from the left corner. It does not fall. A rebound by Schaus, but her putback is no good, and that rebound is going to be controlled by Harrell again. So give it back to Goddard. 19-14 as Goddard's within 5. Oh, and then a quick turnover as a steal. Aranda with the ball. She gets it to Castro. Oh, Castro trying to put it up and in, and it balances on the rim and then falls back out. There's a fight for it between her and Thomas, and it goes out of bounds.
And they're going to actually call the push foul on
Malaya. So that's the first foul on Castro. And they haven't put it up. There it goes. Finally put it up. It'll be on the floor, and Goddard will inbound at the Lovington end. They'll go across the court against Lovington again, just getting set up in their defense. And it doesn't mean that they're not applying any defensive pressure, but they're not really being really aggressive about it right now, not like Goddard has been against Lovington. A 3-ball attempt on the way, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. Wisely letting it go was Barunda. And it will be Lovington basketball. So, 10 turnovers for Goddard now? That's what I've got him down for.
8. That wasn't a turnover.
Well. Yeah, but I just looked down and saw that. So Lovington with the ball. Knapp over to Aranda over on the right wing. Pops her second tray of the game, puts Lovington up 22-14.
Aranda now with 11 points in the ball game.
Nice, and two of them are trays. And then she's got several points at the free throw line. Good job and a good game for her so far. And getting trapped up is Bolanos as a timeout is taken as Bolanos had nowhere to go. Good defensive coverage by Lovington here near the scorer's table, and a timeout is going to be taken, and it's just a 30, so we'll keep it right here as Lady Wildcat basketball continues on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we've had Lovington has been in control of this one, although Goddard put the first points on the game. The Wild Lady Cats, quickly answered, and they haven't looked back since. Now their lead has gotten shaved down to as few as 5 points, but they have stretched it out to as much as 10. They were leading at the end of the first 15-5, and now your score with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left before halftime is 22-14. Goddard will inbound in front of the scorer's table. That's going to be Grotto to Bolanos. Bolanos will run the point. Looking for room. Passes over to De Leon. Knapp in her face. Lovington really has to guard against the three-pointers, and Bolanos decides to pop the trigger on it anyway. It is an air ball, and Aranda skies for the rebound, an important one. Leaves it off for Knapp in the right corner. She gets double teamed. Then they get it to Barunda. Barunda tries the three, no good. And Schaus with the rebound, and the putback is good. 24-14. Lovington back to a 10-point lead with 2.5 minutes left to play before the half. Timeline. Good defense by Lovington. And they get it over to the right corner. Then back to Bolano. She drives in, kicks it out to De Leon. De Leon gets it in the lane. That was 10. Hardwick could post it up, and her shot no good, and Schaus with another rebound. Nice work as she hangs on to it. Leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda across the timeline. Gets it over to Knapp on the right wing. Knapp into Barunda. Barunda, trying to pass it over. I guess meant for Castro, but it's picked off by Bolanos. And then the ball moved around. De Leon, no room, gets it to Thomas. Thomas banks it off the glass, and Thomas in the books with a couple of points, makes it 24-16. 8-point lead for Lovington now with 1:40 left to play in the second quarter. Castro running the point. Gets it to Aranda. Aranda driving over to the left. Off of her foot and out of bounds.
They're going to say actually off Bolanos, though, so it'll stay Lovington ball.
It is. It's a good time. And Lovington with some subs. Knapp and Schaus come in, and J.B. Rios and Corral go in for Knapp and Schaus coming out. And 24, Grotto comes out, and Harrell goes in for Goddard. 1:30 left in the second. It'll be Aranda to inbound to Barunda. Barunda drives in, working in the lane. Passes over to Rios. Rios back to Corral. Corral to Castro. Castro alone in the left wing puts up a three ball, no good, and the rebound is brought down by number 10, Hardwick. So to Thomas. Thomas over to Harrell. Thinks about the three, then pulls in. Puts up a jumper, no good. It's knocked out by Lovington as they saw a chance to try to get the rebound. Both Rios and Barunda were there underneath the basket, but it'll stay Goddard basketball. 1:03 left in the second quarter. It'll be Harrell to inbound. Get it out to De Leon. De Leon almost loses it out of bounds. Now drives in and is going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Rios for bumping into her as she decided to hippity hop through the lane.
Aranda
Nope, it's going to be Aranda, so not Rios, Aranda. That is the first foul on Aranda, and it will put De Leon at the line. First one too hard, no good. She's got two three-pointers in the game for Goddard, and the other three-pointer by Harrell and one by Grotto in this game. Second one, no good either. And fight for the rebound, and Rios has it, but
then loses
it. Loses it, and that's Hardwick, and then she is going to get called for the foul, I believe, on Hardwick.
Frustration foul there.
Yep, and so J.B. Rios out. She was just There was a fight for the ball, and she lost it. So it's on the floor. Goddard inbounds. They get it to Bolanos. Bolanos pulls back to Harrell. Harrell behind the arc. Now works it in. Leaves it off for De Leon. De Leon now pulls back as they cycle through to Thomas and back to De Leon and then over to Harrell. And Harrell's three-pointer is short, and Malaya Castro with the rebound, her third. She brings it down, pulls up, and gets it back to Aranda. Aranda tries the three. It won't fall. Thomas with the rebound. 17 seconds left in the second. Here comes Goddard quickly down the court. You got to think that they're going to shoot as soon as they can. They're looking for a three, and De Leon pops the trigger. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Hardwick's got it. Her putback no good, and the buzzer sounds. So Hardwick gets a rebound out of it, but no more points. And at the buzzer, halftime score is 24-16. Your Lady Cats are leading up by 8, and we'll be back with your halftime report coming up in just a few minutes. Lady Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes. Your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all county athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Halftime, and your Lady Cats are ahead, 24-16. They led at the end of the first, 15-5. And for Goddard, your leading scorer right now, it's very even across the board, but Jasmine De Leon has 6 points, both trays. Also, Hardwick with 2 points, 3 rebounds. Thomas with 2 points, 3 rebounds. You've got Harrell with 3 points, 2 rebounds. That was a three-pointer. Grotto with 3 points, 2 rebounds, a three-pointer. And then Israel with 1 rebound. So 13 rebounds as a team for Goddard. They go 0 of 2 at the line. They turn over the ball 8 times. And they score 16 points, 5 in the first half, first quarter, and 16 in the second. For Lovington, right now, leading scorer is Aubrey Aranda with 11 points. She's got 3 rebounds to go with that and a steal. Then you have Abigail Schaus with 6 points and 9 rebounds, and she has a steal as well. You also have Ashlyn Barunda with 4 points and 3 rebounds. You have Malaya Castro with 3 points, 3 rebounds. You have J.B. Rios with 2 rebounds, Carly Knapp with 2 rebounds, and that is the scoring for Lovington. They rebound. They have 23 rebounds as a team. They go 3 of 6 at the line, and they commit only 4 turnovers in the first half. And they're winning the rebounding battle by a lot. You would think that they would be up maybe a little bit more than the 8 points at this point, with a much better showing at the free throw line and fewer turnovers and winning the rebounding battle. So not quite as ahead of Goddard as you would think by looking at the stats, TJ.
Well, no, it's not, but you're still up by 8 points. Not comfortable by any means. When you're 10 ahead on the rebounding, you've forced 4 more turnovers. You've had more chances at the line. A couple of those, though, the rebounds, they've gotten them, but they haven't been able to get the shot put back in. So they've had at times 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, but have not been able to cash in and have wound up with an empty possession. So they've got to work a little bit on their close-in shooting. I mean, we talk about that a lot. It doesn't seem to matter what team or what year it is.
Right.
It seems to be kind of an issue for any team anywhere, sometimes getting in close.
And right now, what is saving Goddard is their perimeter shooting. They've got 2 threes by De Leon. They've got a three-pointer from Harrell and a three-pointer from Grotto as well, and that really has kept them in it as close as it is. They are still 8 points down, but
and
still.
A team that lives by the 3 will also die by the 3.
True.
Goddard with only 2 field goals that they've made inside the arc. So the 3 ball, as you mentioned, keeping them in it. But if they
go cold in
this
third,
it could get out of hand really quick,
quarter.
And I think that's what Lovington would love to see.
Well, sure. And you are going to see the Lovington girls come out. They're first out onto the court, already warming up, using more time really than Goddard in order to warm up here, as the boys were out earlier. And of course, after this girls game, the boys will take the court and play another district game next to the last game in regular season and in district for both of these teams. They will both be home on Friday to finish things up against top-ranked Portales for the Lady Wildcats, and always tough against Portales. So again, Portales and Lovington have a lot of history, and Artesia and Lovington have a lot of history in terms of going head-to-head. And Lovington would like to and needs to win. Both the girls and the boys need these wins tonight and then move on Friday. It's nice. They were on the road for both games last week, but that puts them at home all week for the final 2 games of district, and I like that. I don't know if they were trying for that on purpose, but I think it is a good thing for both of the Lovington teams to be at home tonight and again on Friday, TJ.
Well, nothing wrong with a little bit of home cooking, and so the Wildcats going to try and get cooking here tonight and keep themselves right in the thick of things, at least for second place in the district race going into next Friday night, as you mentioned.
Yep.
Portales' girls, the top-ranked team in the district, number 4 overall in the state. The boys a little bit down this year under a new head coach, but anytime you get Lovington and Portales together, and I don't think it would matter if it was Tiddlywinks or Jacks. You can sometimes
it's going to be competitive.
It's going to be competitive.
Yeah,
we'll just we'll leave it at that.
All right, so time to get the second half underway. So we'll change the score bug over to third quarter. 24-16 is your score. Buzzer sounds, and Lovington will have the ball in order to start the second half. And Coach Roy Ball over there talking to his team until the very last possible second. And now Goddard ladies are on the court. Lovington inbounds. That is Aranda to Castro, back to Aranda, and then quickly into Barunda. Barunda puts it up and tries to put it up and in from the left. No good. Schaus with the rebound. Her putback no good. And a fight for that, as it was Hardwick with her hand on the ball. Schaus too, and I think they're going to get Schaus for the foul.
Yep, they're going to get her on the hold. That'll be her first personal. First team foul on Lovington. They got a little close to the bonus in that second quarter. You've got to be aware of it.
So it will be Goddard basketball in empty possession for Lovington. They had a couple of looks at the basket and didn't come through. They've got an 8-point lead, but they can't afford to squander it. Goddard working the ball around the outside of the arc. Now they move in a little closer. And that is Bolanos driving in, putting up a little floater, and nothing but net. And Bolanos with 3 points. She didn't have 2 points, I'm sorry. She didn't have any points in the first half. Coming back the other way, Aranda takes it. She puts it up and in from the right. And 2 more points for her. She's got 13 in the game, so it is 25-18, 26-18, that is, as the teams trade baskets. Goddard moving it a little bit better. Lovington a little behind on the transitions and on the guarding. And the first ball up, no good, but then the rebound and the putback by Hardwick are good.
And they're going to get Aubrey for the foul, so that'll be her second personal.
And they can't count the basket, so 26-20. And the ball up, no good. Schaus fighting for the rebound, but it ends up being controlled by Lovington.
Grotto gets it.
Grotto.
For Goddard.
And now they're going to pass it over. They get De Leon free in the right corner. She puts up the 3 ball, no good, and Knapp is the rebound. Gives it to Barunda. Barunda trying to take it coast to coast. That's 2 layups that she's normally rock solid on that missed, and then getting her hand on it was Castro, but last touch by Goddard. So it'll be Aranda to inbound to Schaus right underneath the basket. She's out of position, has to kick it out, and gets it to Aranda in the right corner. Tries to put up the 3 ball, no good. A rebound on the putback, no good by was it Barunda or Aranda?
Schaus.
No, before she had it, there was a
Barunda.
Barunda was the rebound, and then Schaus had the ball and the rebound and the no good, and then she gets fouled trying to get the basket. The basket's no good, but she goes to the free throw line, and they call that on Hardwick, her second. 26-20, 6-point lead by Lovington, and Schaus very carefully almost placing the ball in the basket there. It worked. So
Abigail's tall enough. That 15 feet, I mean, she can kind of lean over a little way and
she
cut
did.
a little bit of that that distance down.
She was very careful. Of course, free throws are something that any player can practice by themselves. I think she put over the line. I think her toe was over the line. They do. I think so they call that one. They wave that one off. but she did make one 27-20. Goddard with the ball. They will inbound, and it's Bolano to run the point, right side. Lovington leading by 7 now. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Bolanos leaves it off for Grado. Grado leaves it off for De Leon. Getting worked on by Knapp. And then they pass, get 24 Grado in the lane. They get it out, a 3-ball up, no good, and Bolanos with the rebound and the putback, good. She's got 4 points in the game now. 27-22. Goddard shaved it back down to a 5-point lead. Aranda with the ball to Barunda. Barunda to Schaus, who had posted up. Schaus puts it up and in. Nice work. 2 more points for her and puts Lovington up by 7.
Schaus a point away from a double-double tonight. She's got 9 points and 11 boards.
Goddard passing into that right corner, and they're going to get Barunda. Barunda was guarding her, and she just came up over her. And actually, Grado started falling, but they are going to call that on Barunda.
Lovington with 3 team fouls already here in the quarter. 5:28 to go. Got to at least be a little cautious.
And a 3-ball up, no good from the corner. It's an air ball. Aranda with the rebound. Aranda leaves it off for Castro. Then back to Aranda in the right corner. She pops the 3, nothing but net. Beautiful work from the right corner. Puts Lovington up by 10, 32-22. 5:10 left to play in the third quarter.
Good unselfish play there from Castro.
Yeah,
she saw that they collapsed on her and it left Aubrey wide open. She wisely flipped it to her quickly and no hesitation on the trigger.
And got the assist for that. So nice work by Malaya. Goddard passing all around the outside of the arc. Now taking it over to 3. Bolano's thinking about the 3, but Knapp and Barunda in her face. Now Castro guarding her very closely, but she stops and tries the 3-ball. It won't, no good. And it is Schaus with the rebound. 32-22, 10-point game. Aranda takes it down, pulls up top of the arc, and pulls the trigger, and it rolls in. It hits the front, hits the back, and drops in for another tray, and 35-22, and Roswell Goddard wants to talk about it. So a timeout. It is a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Lady Wildcat basketball out of the Goddard timeout. Full timeout. We are back to play. Lovington up in this one 35-22 after the second tray in a row by Aubrey Aranda. Lovington starting to stretch things out here, and that's exactly why Goddard took the timeout, because Coach Roybal wanted to cool Lovington's momentum just a little bit and impress upon his girls the need to go ahead and answer those points. We'll see if Goddard can accomplish that.
Yeah, a quick 9-2 run. That has got Lovington right back on top.
And Roswell passing the ball around. Now they pass into the lane. The ball up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Barunda comes up with it. Passes all the way down to Knapp. Knapp losing a handle on it, dribbling right underneath the basket, and the loose ball is going to be picked up by Goddard. And they give it to Bolanos. Bolanos driving in, getting worked on by Castro. They find De Leon open. She tries the 3. It won't fall. The ball bounces right back out to her, so she gets the rebound. And they will reset. Now she drives in, trying to go coast to coast, and does put it up and in. Nice work by Schaus. Schaus was trying to either block or knock the ball away. When she saw she couldn't, she did not commit the foul. Wasn't going to stop the basketball, so not a bad foul. De Leon with 2 more points. 35-24 now, 11-point lead for Lovington. The ball coming down the other direction, and a whistle sounds, and it is going to be a foul, or will it be?
Call that on Thomas.
Yep, it's Thomas. It's her first foul, and that will send Aranda to the line. Lovington with an 11-point lead right now. First one is a miss, and Aranda is the only Lady Wildcat to go to the free throw line tonight besides Schaus and
Jabri Rios.
Yep, Rios, Jabri Rios. Second one is up, and that one is not going to fall. It bounces off to the right. There's a fight for it, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Goddard basketball. And inbounding, it'll be De Leon to run the point. Cross timeline, right side. Goddard not free here. As they pass around the outside of the arc. De Leon thinking about the 3, but Corral on her quickly. Gets it over into the right corner, and a 3-ball attempt up and good. And who rattled that home? That was Harrell. That's Israel, sorry. That's her first points of the game. So 35-27 now. Lovington needs to answer those points. Empty possessions can really rack up on you. Barunda with a right hook. Fight for the rebound. Aranda had it, no good. And then Barunda with the rebound. Her putback finally good. As 37-27. Back to a 10-point lead for Lovington. Less than 2.5 left to play in the third quarter here. As again, De Leon going to take her time. Now pull in, try to bank it off the glass. It does not fall. The ball out, and Aranda is going to have it. So Aranda bringing it down. I think she's going to try. Nope, she's going to pull it out to Castro. Castro to Rios. Rios in the lane. Can't hang on to it, but the bounce ends up controlled by Barunda, and then Barunda gets fouled.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Hardwick. That'll be her third team foul against Goddard, and that'll put Barunda at the line for 2.
And Barunda has been to the free throw line 1, 2, 3 times tonight before this one.
Never.
3? Oh, no, well, that was Aranda. Barunda's first time at the line, yes. Thank you. I was looking up a couple of lines up to Aranda. And first one is up and good. Barunda having a good game, but not as good as she usually has. Her shooting has been a little uncharacteristically cold for her, and even with that, she's doing a good job, a solid job.
8.6 boards. That's still a pretty good game,
it's a
and we
pretty
still
good
got a
game.
quarter plus to
it's
go.
Just it's just that she's had more scoring opportunities, and we're accustomed to seeing a lot more of those close-in shots by her fall, but not complaining at all. Still a nice job. 12-point lead for Lovington as Goddard moves it around the arc, trying to find somebody free, trying to work a 3 if possible. De Leon gets it over to the right side. Oh, and banking that off of the glass. That was a second three-pointer by Israel, and that makes it 39-30, just like that. Only a 9-point lead for Lovington. And they connect it with Rios in the lane. Rios kicks it back out to Malaya. Castro driving in the lane, puts up a right hook, no good, and Harrell with the rebound. Almost loses it on the pass over to Bolanos. Bolanos getting worked on by Corral. They move it over, try to find someone open again. Harrell back out to Bolanos. Good defense by Lovington. Now Bolanos decides to drive in, trying to bank it off the glass. A fight for the rebound. Jabri Rios has it. They should have a jump ball, as they call, and they do call that. As good work. I mentioned earlier in the game that Rios is a player that can be counted on to answer physicality with physicality. And she's not shy about doing that, fighting for that ball, but the arrow goes the way of Goddard. They inbound it, and then a 3-ball attempt by De Leon. No good. An air ball goes out of bounds, and give it over to Lovington. Less than a minute left to play in this third quarter now. Lovington up by 9. Corral running the point. going to drive in. We'll kick it back to Castro. Castro calling the offense. Passes to Aranda, then to Rios, back to Castro from way downtown. Oh, no good. A fight for the rebound, and it's loose, and Goddard will pick it up. They get it to Israel, and Israel puts it up and in off of the assist by, and I did not see who that was.
I believe it was De Leon.
De Leon with that rebound and the assist. Lovington going to pull back. Castro controlling the ball. Getting worked on by Israel. Gets it to Barunda. Barunda drives the lane. Tries to put up a right hook. It hits the bottom of the rim, but she's fouled going up. I think they're going to get De Leon for that.
Bolanos.
Let's see. Bolanos? Okay. It was 3 and not 1. So that's her second foul on Bolanos. Barunda will go to the line. Barunda, nothing but net. Beautiful work there. Puts Lovington back up 40-32 now. A chance to add one more here as Goddard adjusts the players and the blocks. And the second one up and good. Barunda 4 straight from the free throw line. 41-32 now. As Goddard with the ball, 2 minutes left, or 2 seconds left really, and the buzzer sounds on the third quarter. Lovington in the lead, 41-32. We'll be back for the rest of this game at Wildcat Gym with Lady Wildcat Basketball and Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. At the end of 3 quarters, Lovington leading 41-32. They led at the end of the first and at half, and now they have a 9-point lead going into the final quarter, but they cannot afford to let up. They inbound and they get it over to Aranda. Aranda trying a 3-ball. It won't fall. Schaus fighting the rebound, but Thomas has got it. Nowhere to go, but she does manage to save it, get it out to Bolanos. Bolanos will run the point. Again, Goddard trailing only by 9 points here. Lovington has led almost the entire game, except for very, very early on. Bolanos passing it and stolen away by Schaus. Nice work by Abby.
10th turnover for Goddard. Lovington needs to cash it in.
And no empty possession here. They need to stretch this lead back out. They're going to work the ball around the outside of the arc. Castro calling the O, gets it to Aranda. Aranda from the right corner, nothing but net as Aubrey Aranda. That is her 5th tray of the game.
22 points in the game for Aranda. Nice game for her.
Very nice, as 44-32 now puts Lovington up by 12. As they made points off of the turnover, and that's important. But Roswell Goddard is answering with an assist by Israel, and then the points are put up by Hardwick. But Lovington coming back down. That's Aranda to Barunda. Drives the lane. Tries to put it up off the glass. No good. A fight for the ball. Schaus had it briefly. And then it's Barunda who takes it, and she gets fouled. So she'll go back to the free throw line. And let's see who they call that one on.
I think they're going to tick Thomas for that one. That'll be her second personal.
Nope, that's on Harrell. That's going to be her first. And it will send Barunda to the line to shoot for 2. 44-34 is your score. And that one that hits the front of the rim, the back, and falls out. A rare miss for Barunda. She'll have a second shot at it, though.
She's still got 10 points in the ball game.
Yes, she does, and she's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rebounds, 6
7.
rebounds, 7 now. I had her down for 6, 7 now. And that one misses as well, falls out, fight for the rebound. Goddard controls that. Bolanos passing, getting it back, tries a 3-ball, it rattles off. Schaus with a good rebound, denying a second look for Goddard. Leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda gonna work it over to the left, leave it off for Knapp. Carly in the game, back in the game now, gets it to Castro. Castro pulls out to Barunda. Barunda, oh, up and in.
Finally got that little underhand scoop to fall.
That little left hook, that underhand hook is one of her specialties. And yes, puts Lovington up 46-34. Goddard coming the other way. A ball up, no good. Aranda with the rebound to Knapp. Knapp back to Barunda. Barunda trying the 3-ball. It won't fall, but Knapp with the rebound. Now back to Aranda. Aranda to Castro. Castro's just going to hold on, set the O.
Yeah, at this point, Lovington can afford to just burn as much time as they want to.
They can. They don't have to be in a hurry. The clock is their friend, and they call a travel as Castro. Yeah, I saw that little off out of the spin move. She just slid that foot a little too much before she made that pass. So a turnover for Lovington and give it back. But only 5.5 minutes left to play. A 12-point lead for Lovington. They can't go to sleep, but when they have the ball, they can afford to burn clock. As Goddard has to try to do the opposite, is try to score points and score them quickly. Long pass almost taken away. Bolanos trying the 3-ball from the right corner. It won't fall. And Castro with a rebound. Nice work. And but coming out of nowhere, making the steal is Bolanos. And Bolanos up and in, cuts it down to just a 10-point lead for Lovington now. Again, can't go to sleep on that. Can't assume, as Goddard is not giving up. They're fighting. Castro trying to 3-ball, won't fall, but Schaus with the rebound. Her putback no good. And Goddard with the rebound.
Another empty possession.
That's right, and 10-point lead, 4:40. There's still a lot of basketball left to play. A 3-point attempt up, no good. The rebound and the putback no good. Finally, it is Lovington's ball, and then a takeaway, but I think they're going to call it's a timeout.
Timeout, just
as
in
it'll
time.
be, it's Goddard's ball, and they're on a little bit of roll. They've got some momentum, and Chief Bridgeforth with a very wise timeout to try to chill this momentum, try to refocus the girls. Lovington with a 10-point lead right now, but Goddard is not giving up. They're thinking that they can still win this game, and they can, but if Lovington keeps their feet on the gas and plays the kind of poised game that they have played in control, then they will come away with the win. But we have a good 4.5 minutes of basketball left in this one, and it could turn out to be very exciting, much closer than the 10 points that we've got right now. Of course, Lovington is going to try to do everything they can to keep this game at least 10 points or more.
Well, it is a 4-possession ball
Yeah.
game, but if the Goddard Lady Rockets, and we know they are not afraid to shoot 3 balls, if they can get hot again, all of a sudden 4 possessions is not a whole lot. Lovington leading the scoring battle right now in the fourth, 5 points to 4, but Goddard has ratcheted up the pressure, and Lovington has gotten a little lackadaisical the last couple times down the floor.
They have. They've gotten just a little slow. And yes, while they can afford, as I said before, they can afford to burn clock, when they have the ball, but they can't go to sleep because Goddard is looking to take the ball away, looking to force turnovers and try to make points off the turnovers. Lovington is going to still have to look sharp and be in control of that basketball, not give it up. They've played a very good game with very low turnover in this game so far, very low.
Yeah, just 10 for Goddard and 8 for Lovington on the turnovers.
Back in action out of the timeout. Lovington moves the ball down. Barunda's got it, trying to take it coast to coast, trying to put it up. She's going up against Thomas. The ball doesn't go, but she does get fouled. So she will go to the free throw line, and that's going to be, is that the third? Just the second foul on Thomas. I thought it was 3. And it puts Barunda back at the line. Lovington up by 10. She can help the cause by sinking a couple here. She does. She sinks the first one. And let's see, 4, 6, 10, 12, 13 points in the game. I've got her down for 13. And the second one good as well. Beautiful free throw shooting.
But more
nice
importantly,
work.
that makes it 4 full possessions now, up by 12 with 4:10 to go.
Goddard coming the other way. Bolanos running the point. Passes over. Oh, and the ball taken away. Malaya with a nice steal and takes it coast to coast, puts it up and in. Nice work as she proves that, hey, we went to sleep. You guys scored on us. So we're going to steal and do the same. So now it's 50-36, a 14-point lead, 3:55 left to play. And Goddard passing around the right side. Bolanos driving in, driving across, kicks it over. And Grotto with no room, a bad pass, and another steal by Castro to Knapp. Knapp tries to put that up and in, no good. And Castro passes out. Barunda with an attempt, no good. Aranda with the rebound, the attempt, no good. And then finally, Schaus takes it and puts it up and in.
She's got 11 now, so 3 Lady Cats in double figures.
52-36, 3:18 left to play. As driving in is De Leon. The ball doesn't fall. There's a fight for the rebound between Aranda and Thomas. Yeah, and I thought it was going to be a tie ball between Aranda and Thomas. Instead, they get Aranda for the foul, and that is her third. It will be on the floor. And number 24, Grotto, will inbound just to the left of the basket. Gets it to De Leon. De Leon trying the 3 ball. It doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound, and Barunda's got it. She gets it to Castro. Castro almost losing it. Trying to pass it over to Knapp. She does lose it. De Leon's got it, and she gets it to Grotto. Grotto all the way down the court. Tries to put that up and in. No good. The rebound and the putback, no good. And then that rebound is by Castro. And Castro over to Knapp. Thomas is going to, I think they're going to get Thomas for the foul again. Yep, it will be the third foul on Thomas now. On the floor, Castro will inbound for Lovington in the backcourt. 2:45 left to play. 52-36 your score. Lovington leading. Looking to win this one. Knapp with the ball.
And it got swatted away from her, and trying
did.
to save it, she got it off the fingertips, and so turnover number 10 for the Lady Cats.
And that's a Grotto who will inbound right in front of the Lady Cat bench into Bolanos, running the point for Roswell. Over to De Leon on the right wing. 2.5 left to play. Roswell down 52-36. Lovington lead right now. Looking for room, and finally Grotto gets open, and nothing but net. That's her second tray of the game. 52-39 now, and a timeout being taken with 2:19 left in this game. We'll see, is it a full?
Yep.
It's a Goddard full, and we'll take it and be back with more Lady Cat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And out of the Goddard timeout, it will be the Lady Cat basketball. It'll be their ball to inbound just to the right of the Goddard basket. That'll be Aranda into Knapp. Lovington with the lead, 52-39, a 13-point lead right now. And the ball going to Knapp. Lovington got to really take care of this basketball. They can afford to burn some clock, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, as they're going to make Goddard come to them and foul at this point. That's Goddard's really with 2 minutes left, although, and Lovington Aranda just drives across the lane and out. And now back out to Castro midcourt. Castro gonna just, and a bad a bad pass is picked off, and De Leon's got it. Spin move in the lane, tries to put it up, and I think they're going to call Aranda with the foul as she was behind her and kind of tripped her up a little bit.
That's the only thing about when you start playing keep away like that. I've always said you should probably be more selective when you, yes, burn time, but when you get an open look and a wide open look, let your girls take the shot, because the other team is going to start getting more and more desperate in closing up lanes.
And they'll either foul or they'll steal the ball,
and that's
they
exactly
have
what happened.
And that's what they did here, is that they stole the ball, and then they got the foul committed on them, put them at the free throw line, and it's 52-40.
Yeah, now you're letting them catch up with the clock not moving.
That's right. So De Leon with 2 straight balls makes it 52-41.
De Leon with 10 now for Goddard.
Aranda with the ball, out to Castro. Castro's going to work it. 1.5 minutes left to play in this one. Castro over to Knapp. Knapp getting double teamed. Over to Castro. Castro almost losing it. It's almost swatted away. Being very aggressive. They get it to Aranda. She tries to put it up and in. No good. Schaus with the rebound. Her putback is good and makes it 54-41.
17 rebounds for Schaus. She's been dominant on the boards and now with 13 points.
And 1.5 minutes left in the game. 13-point lead for Lovington. Oh, knocked away by Knapp. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay Goddard basketball. Lovington poised to win this one against Goddard, but they can't. They've got to be sharp throughout the rest of this game. A 3-point attempt up, no good, but with the rebound is Israel. Out to Grotto, now to Bolanos. Bolanos trying the tray at the top of the arc, no good, and now Borunda with the rebound.
And that's her 10th. She's got a double-double, too.
And now it is Aranda. Aranda over to Knapp. Again, Lovington up 54-41 as they can afford to burn clock, and that Knapp with the ball is fouled by Grotto. Let's see, I think it'll be on the floor. It'll be Lovington to inbound. Aranda will inbound right in front of the student section.
And Lovington will be in the bonus on the next one. I would expect Goddard to maybe try and foul very quickly.
35 seconds, just under 35 left in this one. And Lovington just gonna hang on to it. Nope. Yep, they give it to Schaus. Schaus puts in 2. So they decide not to just hang on and burn clock, as
trying to even up her points and her rebounds.
I guess so. 18 seconds left. Lovington will win this game. Bad pass goes out of bounds. And it's another turnover for Roswell. Give it to Lovington. This really should do it, unless they get the ball stolen away from them. Aranda to inbound to Castro. Castro in the back court. 12 seconds left in this game. Up to Borunda. Borunda to Aranda. Aranda drives in, gets it to Schaus. Schaus had posted up. She tries the rebound, and the putback is no good, and they call her for the charge.
Yeah,
so
they got her on the push-off underneath.
So. She did get a rebound, but not the basket. So 56-41, and a long desperation shot hits the backboard, but no good. And your final score in this one is 56-41. Lovington winning, and we'll be back to talk about it as Lovington wins this one and goes up to 3-2 in district, 15-10 overall. And we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat basketball from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Congratulations to the Lady Cats defeating Roswell Goddard ladies 56-41. And here is how we got there.
Thank you very much, Dawn. As leading scorer tonight for Goddard was Jasmine De Leon. She finishes up with 10 points. Andy Israel with 8 points. At 6 points for Aubrey Bolanos, 6 points for Natalie Hardwick, 6 points for Carmen Grotto, 3 points Addison Harrell, and then a bucket for Keona Thomas. Leading rebounder for Goddard was Hardwick. She had 6, 25 rebounds as a team for the Lady Rockets. They go 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 13 turnovers in the ball game. 5 in the first, 11 in the second, 16 in the third, and 9 in the fourth. That's how Goddard got to their 41. For your Lovington Lady Cats tonight, 3 Lady Cats in double figures, and 2 of them double doubles for that. The leading scorer was Aubrey Aranda, 22 points to go along with 8 rebounds, and yet 15 points and 18 rebounds for Abigail Schaus, 14 points, 10 rebounds for Ashlyn Barunda, 5 points and 6 rebounds for Malaya Castro. Carly Knapp chipping in 4 rebounds. Jabri Rios contributing 3 off the glass. Lovington goes 10 of 18 from the free throw line in the ball game. 48 rebounds as a team. They dominated on the boards, almost doubling up Goddard. 11 turnovers in the ball game, 15 in the first, 9 in the second, 17 in the third, 15 in the fourth, as Lovington pulls away and gets the victory and improves to 15-10, and more importantly 3-2 in district.
Yeah, and this puts them in very good stead. Now they need to try to beat Portales here at home on Friday, and they're coming off of 2 straight wins. Great confidence and momentum to be able to maybe do that. I think when they beat Artesia, knowing that and looking at how they played Portales in the first game, then I think we're going to see a pretty good game on Friday night here, and Lovington could blow the roof off of this place if they were to beat Portales. As it is, they look like they may finish in regular season at least second in district where they stand right now. So we will see what happens on Friday, but they've done all they do. They came in with a job to do tonight, and they did it, TJ. They led at the end of the first 15-5. They led at half 24-16. They led at the end of the third 41-32, and then final score in this one was 56-41. Congratulations, Coach Bridgeforth, and to the Lovington ladies. And now it's all about the next game, and that is Wildcats versus Rockets right here, and this is a must-win for the Lovington boys, TJ.
Well, it is, and we'll talk more about that in your Stonehole Field Services pregame show coming up. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment. And welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. This is the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. From Stone Oilfield Services, anything you need out in the patch, Stone Oilfield Services has got you taken care of. WH and the entire Stone family, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Congratulations again if you are just joining us to the Lady Cats getting a big victory tonight over the Lady Rockets of Goddard, really helping solidify their playoff positioning and their district tournament positioning, Dawn. But for the Lovington Wildcats, mentioned it in the postgame show a minute ago for the girls, tonight is must win.
Yeah, these Lovington boys come into this one, and they are just, not only do they must win, even if they win, they're not in control of their own destiny in terms of the district picture. And even though they are ranked right now, they are still hanging on to their number 10 ranking, I believe, in New Mexico 4A. This is still, of course, the strongest 4A district in New Mexico, and they've got some work to do in order to try to give themselves the best shot at seeding. It looks, they want to play only 2 games in the district tournament if they can, but if they must win tonight to give themselves the best shot at making the playoffs. And even if they make the playoffs, it doesn't look like they would get a home game in the playoffs. But you got to play this one and then worry about the district tournament and then the seeding for the state tournament.
Here's what you've got to really worry about: is Goddard is 2-2 in district right now. They are second in district. Lovington at 1-3 is tied at the bottom of the district with Portales.
Right
now, then Lovington number 10, as you mentioned in the Max Preps and the coaches poll. Goddard is number 18.
Yes.
Now then, the way the bylaws work in the NMAA, if Goddard were to finish ahead of Lovington in the district race, they would have to take Goddard before they take Lovington. And I'm not sure they're going to take 3 teams out of this district.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be very hard-pressed to do so. So if you're Lovington, you must win tonight, and then you've got to start playing the math next week. Artesia will probably wrap up the boys' title tonight, just like I'm sure Portales girls wrapped up their title earlier. Here's the way it breaks down. It's a +10, -10. Right now, Lovington is -10 to Goddard. They need to win by at least 10. Lovington is -10 to Artesia. They are +10 against Portales. Now then, Goddard right now, +10 to Lovington. They are only -5 to Portales, and they are +10 to Artesia. Now, what all this means is that Lovington needs to win by 10 tonight to zero that out, and then they need to beat Portales by at least 5 points to keep that -5 on the books for Goddard, to keep that from balancing out.
Right. Now,
I know, it's a confusing lot of math going on.
And in addition to that, there are some other metrics, that come into play that get plugged in when we talk about getting to the seeding point.
Right, it is. But the only thing that matters
now
is if Goddard is ahead
exactly
of them in district.
And the fact that, despite the fact that they're number 18 in 4A overall, in this case, that doesn't matter so much, even though they have a 10-13 record overall and 2-2 in district. And Lovington has had, a really good season, 14-10 on the season, but in district 1-3. Again, it's about, there are 3 seasons, to every season, and the regular season is 1, district is 2, and then the district tournament, comes in and being the third part of that.
If Goddard were to win tonight, really, realistically, the only way Lovington is going to make the playoffs at that point is they're going to have to win the district tournament. Now then, I would imagine they would play that first round game here. Portales is just a little down this year.
Right.
But they would still have to play here, then go on the road to Goddard, and then go on the road to Artesia and win all 3 of those games. That is a very tough and a high mountain to climb.
It is.
Now then, I have seen a Lovington team do it before,
Right. Sure.
and it ruined Portales and Goddard's season. It was 2020 before the world shut down.
Right.
And Lovington was in that exact same scenario, but I happen to know Coach Casey Packford, but probably, well, there's no probably to it. He does not want to be facing that scenario where he could wind up, even though he's got a top 10 team,
right,
where he could wind up out of the playoffs simply because the number 18 team just had his number.
That's right. And so they've got to take care of that. And tonight against Goddard. So it becomes no two ways about it. The Lovington has got to win tonight to give themselves the best opportunity to be able to move up, to finish high enough in district so that they have to be taken and selected, at the end of the district tournament. So they have a chance, but if they don't win tonight, they need a lot of help to help them. They're going to have to. They're not controlling their own destiny, and they're going to have a lot of help to be able to see postseason play. And they're really going to be motivated against Goddard tonight. Now they're coming in off of that loss to Artesia on Friday, and they actually stayed up. They had a great first half. Lovington, it kind of was a tale of two halves. Lovington was trailing only by 1 point at the end of the first quarter against Artesia. Lovington was ahead by 5 points at halftime, and we're going to move that. That's way too much, too far to me. So we're going to move this. You might need to move that and make sure we don't lose that.
Sorry, we're doing a little readjustment.
Yes, we are.
Here,
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, now that gives you room over there.
As Abigail Schall's joining us and shadowing, running camera for the boys tonight.
For this last game, yes. And we'll talk about, we've already talked about her performance, a great game that she had, and instrumental in that Lovington girls win. Now the boys, maybe take some of that energy here in the gym and the momentum that the girls laid out there, and in order to beat this Goddard team, because they have to come away with the win. And that again, the coaches know these numbers as well as we, and they pass those on. The athletes know what's in store and what's up, and a lot of pressure on them tonight. And that's it's a bad place to be in when you're coming into a game and it's a must win for you.
Well, it certainly is, but I have a feeling Lovington will be ready to go and ready to do what they can, as we will welcome in Abigail Schaus, and congratulations on the win and the good game.
And a double-double.
Thank you.
A double-double. So
I really appreciate you guys and being able to be part of this team. It was a tough game. It was physical.
Yeah.
But it was rewarding, that's for sure. And tonight was kind of the game that established basically, we're second place.
Yes,
worst,
you are. And good game on Friday night, of course. Artesia with a big win. We talked a lot about how the momentum of that really kind of helped fuel you guys tonight, knowing that there was that win against Artesia, and then winning tonight against Goddard was going to cement things at least in second place for you, and a good chance to come in on Friday here at home and knock off Portales if you can.
Exactly, and we're definitely going to start planning tomorrow on that. Seeing what we can do against Portales, and so that we don't get knocked off the boards like we did at their place.
But we have less than a minute and a half to go before the boys' game, and that's the one that's in front of us right now. So we do have to get ready for this one. They're pulling the teams off the court.
As we will go ahead and take the timeout, as this has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services. For all your oil field needs, you need it out in the patch, call WH and the family over at Stone Oilfield Services. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. Lovington Wildcat basketball continues in a moment on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Tiff and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Abigail Schaus running the camera and shadowing tonight as the visiting Rockets under Coach Charles Gore come in at 10-13 on the year, but more importantly 2-2 in district. Their starters tonight will be number 1, Eli Barncastle, number 5, Joaquin Sanchez, number 12, Isaiah Mestas, number 23, Ezekiel Barola, number 33, Josiah Castillo. For your home team, Lovington Wildcats at 14-10 on the year and trying to climb out of a 1-3 district hole. Starters tonight for Coach Casey Pack's Cat Squad. Number 1, Dallas Cardenas. Number 4, Elijah Rivero. Number 10, Jojo Perez. Number 23, Donovan Gomez. And number 24, Cale Covington. Covington recognized before the introduction with the 1,000 career points. So congratulations to Cale for reaching that milestone. Goddard will be in their road navy uniforms with the Columbia blue trim and the white letters and numbers. Lovington in the home whites with the royal blue letters and numbers and the black trim and cats in front. So, Don, it is, we talked about it in the pregame show, must win tonight if you are this Lovington Wildcat squad.
Yeah, and the Lovington Wildcats, of course, you know, they've been using all of their advantages, mostly quickness and speed, in order to counteract the fact that they don't have a lot of height across the board. They are without Valente Herrera. Again, he got injured a few games ago and was out for the rest of the season, so they don't have his size to come in and count on, but they do have speed and quickness, and that is what they try to do. Look for them to try to counteract the maybe the lack of rebounding if Goddard has that over them this game with trying to create fewer turnovers and trying to move the ball quickly, move the ball and don't give the ball up. They're going to have to work the ball around and try to get their perimeter shooting, which their perimeter shooting kind of abandoned them a bit against Artesia in the second half, and that's partly why they had a down second half against Artesia on Friday night, TJ.
Well, going to be very important, as you mentioned, get the perimeter guys going, and if you do that, that is going to make life much easier on Cale Covington. Inside, Coach Casey Pack going with a little bit different lineup. He's also got Donovan Gomez out there to start, so going with a little more height. Of course, Goddard, a very large and physical team. It'll be Castillo to take the jump against Cale Covington, and here we go, a little Tuesday night, a chilly Tuesday night, but it's always nice in Wildcat Gym. District basketball is underway, and the opening tip will be controlled by Gomez. He'll take it in the backcourt and leave it off for Perez as JoJo across the big cat at center court. Come to Dallas near side in front of the Goddard bench. Work it around to Rivero, wearing the bright pink shoes tonight. To Cardenas in the left wing, backs it up, picks up the dribble. Back out to Perez, the Cats will reset. With Gomez, picking him up is Barola. Long cross-court pass and having to leap up.
It's Perez.
It's a good thing that JoJo's about not 2 inches shorter. He wouldn't have gotten to that one. To Perez in the deep left corner. A little shake and bake. They switch off on him with Mestis. Out to Dallas. Deep right corner, work it in. They're working it to Cale on the right baseline. Loses off at his foot. And the Cats burn 40 seconds off the clock and come away with not even a shot.
Empty possession.
Give it over to Mestis. He'll toss it into the front court with Barola. Barola for three. Shot up, no good, and it'll be JoJo trying to save it, but not able to.
Good hustle, though, as he was trying to flip that back before it landed out of bounds, but not able to do that, so it'll be Goddard basketball.
So stays Goddard ball. We are 52 seconds into this one, as it'll be Mestis to inbound it from right at the elbow down there. He'll throw the fastball in, get it into Sanchez. Out around the 10-foot line, then to Barola. Coming to the near side with Mestis. Back to the top to Barncastle.
And
To
Barncastle.
Barola. And over to Sanchez. Get it to the elbow. And then move it around. Moving, hippity hop through, now into the deep right corner. Mestis loses it off of his foot, and he'll travel. And so the teams trade turnovers on really their opening possessions. Goddard did get a shot off, but came up empty. 6:48 to go in the first. Kind of got the feeling the two teams early, at least in their early possessions, just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, kind of like a sparring match where they're nobody's landed a solid punch yet. They're just kind of dinking at each other.
Covington working it around to Cardenas, back around to Perez. Moving it through. Gomez will take it. Now they'll get it to Perez, deep left corner. Move it into Covington. He'll go hippity hop through and up and in. Covington draws first blood for the Wildcats, and 100 seconds in, Lovington leads 2-0. Back into the front court comes Barola. Barola to Mestis in the right wing. I thought he used up the dribble, I guess not. Getting to him quickly was Rivero, and then a whistle and a travel. So the second turnover for Goddard. Time for Lovington to capitalize. That was important in the girls' game earlier. They didn't force a lot of turnovers, but they were able to capitalize when they did get them.
Fewer empty possessions, and that was key. That's what the Lovington boys need to try to do as well.
Toss it into Cale. He'll give it to Rivero, cutting back door, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Shot up, no good, and then it'll be Barola who comes away with it. Gotta get those point blankers to go.
Gotta finish them.
Yes, you do. To Barola to Mestis. Now he'll come over to Barncastle. He'll go to the right block and then get it out to Mestis. He'll take it to the left block. Now out to Sanchez. To Barncastle. Top of the arc for three. That one is going to be short. It'll be Barola with his second rebound. And Goddard will reset 2-0. Lovington in the lead. 5.5 remaining here in the first. To Mestis. Thinks about the three. Gomez and Rivero do a nice job getting to him quickly, keeping him from having an open look at it.
Nice defense by Lovington so far.
Barola to Mestis they're doing a nice job keeping the trees out for Goddard. Into the deep right corner with Sanchez. Now back out to Mestis. Long possession. Then to the big boy at the free throw line. Shot up, no good, and it'll be Gomez with the rebound off of Castillo's miss. Under 5 to play in the first, just a 2-0 lead. Gomez deep right corner, getting him quickly as Sanchez. Get it into Cale on the right base, back to Gomez. Right corner for three, and that one is off the mark. And from the tip, it'll be a long rebound for Perez. So Lovington with their second board, and now they'll reset. Rivero tries to split two Rockets and is going to be fouled. It'll be on the floor. Question is, who's it going to be on? They're going to whistle that one on Sanchez, his first personal. First team foul on Goddard. It is on the floor. Now Rivero will toss it in. Get it back right at the midcourt stripe to JoJo. Gives it right back to Rivero. Rivero comes near side to Perez. Work it around to Gomez. Bouncing it in to Covington, who has to scoop it off the ground. Now they'll work it around to Cardenas. Right wing for three. That one is off the back of the iron. And it'll be Barncastle who controls the rebound. Coming up empty again. It'll go back to the Rockets. 4 minutes into this one just about.
4 straight misses at the basket by Lovington.
Barola to Mestis in front of the student section. Into the right elbow with Barncastle. Turnaround from 15 is up and good, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Right at the halfway mark of the first period.
1 of 6 shooting for Lovington, 1 of 4 for Roswell.
To the front court with Perez. Perez to Rivero. Now get it to Covington, and he tries to throw it back door to Gomez. Cannot save it. Second turnover for the Wildcats. Each team now with 2 turnovers in the ball game.
3:47 left to play in this first quarter, and the score is just 2-2.
Didn't expect that as Cardenas will check out. Micah Pondo checks in. Goddard still with their starters on the floor as Barncastle will toss it in to Mestis. He'll take it up and start the offensive zone time for the Rockets. To Barola, to Castillo, and then stolen away. Pondo gets a hand on it, and he'll bring it back the other way. Micah coast to coast, puts it up, count the bucket and the foul.
Making it 3 the
nice
old-fashioned
work
way.
as Elijah in there.
As they are going to call the push foul on Barola, his first personal. Second team foul on the Rockets, and so Micah at the line for the and one. 4-2 Lovington in the lead. Danny Criswell will come in for Elijah Rivero.
And Rivero a chance to make it 5-2 for Lovington here. As finally this deep into the first quarter.
And a little discussion going on here, as I think maybe Coach Gore
Pack.
was out. Coach Pack's out arguing. Coach Gore up. It's the necklace. So Micah's going to have to come out of the ball game, and so he'll have to put a sub in to shoot for him, and that'll be Braxton Valenzuela.
And
Braxton, just an 8th grader, going to come shoot the and one. So Micah has to get rid of the neckwear.
Safety issue with jewelry. It can't be out of the shirt.
As Braxton will get that one to fall. I know that will make our GM very happy. He actually coached Braxton in youth baseball.
5-2, a 3-point lead for Lovington here.
So the and one is good. They'll move it around. Sanchez thinks about the three. Criswell to him quickly. Mestas top of the arc. Gomez comes out to guard him. They'll toss it into the corner. Barncastle for 3 from the right corner, and nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wow.
Barncastle with all 5 on the board for Goddard, and we are tied at 5 apiece with 3 minutes remaining in the first as business picks up just a little bit. Criswell to the front court, stops at the between the rings at the 10-foot line. Get it over to Covington, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Tosses into Perez. He gets bumped, no call. Work it back around. Going in is Covington, and he'll get fouled going hard.
All right, as he was working very hard to not travel, trying to find some room and deciding there was no room for him to be able to take another step toward the basket and try to sink it. Instead, he was content to just
whistle it on
get the
Castillo.
foul.
Yep, that'll be his first personal, 3rd team foul. Valenzuela to inbound. He'll push it into Criswell. Back to Valenzuela. Turnaround 3 from the right corner. That one is off the mark. And it'll be a rebound by Barncastle, and then he is pushed by Covington.
I think that was over the back, actually.
And
Might have been.
First personal on Cale.
Yep.
First team foul on the Wildcats.
Cale with 2 points in the game and 1 foul now. He
As Mestas will
He's got to
bring it
keep his anger in check, that's for sure.
into the front court, into the deep right corner. They'll get it to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Mestas. 2:25 remaining in the first, all tied at 5. Back to Mestas as Criswell will pick him up quickly. As working through the spin move, Mestas will back it up in front of the scorer's table. Criswell giving him just a little bit of room. Kind of a curve ball over to Barncastle in front of the student section, then coming near side to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Barola. Now over to Mestas, wide open from the right wing for 3. It's good. You leave these Rockets that wide open, they will take the shot. So now 8-5. Goddard, their first lead of the ball game, comes with 1:55 remaining in the first. Criswell to Valenzuela. Valenzuela, NBA level 3 and bang!
Wow. And
So
that
just
ties
like
it back up.
That does, and just like that, we are tied at 8 apiece. To Sanchez, back out to Mestas. Rivera waits to check back in. Sanchez gets it back. Gomez stays on him, seeing significant time. To Castillo to Mestas. Criswell gets there just in time. Now they'll get it into the right block. 12-footer on the way, no good, and it'll be Valenzuela with the rebound. JoJo will run it into the front court. Perez, though, almost gets the pocket picked, and they're going to try and tie him up, and they will call jump ball, but it'll go over to Roswell. So that'll be the 3rd turnover for the Wildcats.
A minute 15 left in this first quarter.
As Elijah Rivero checks back in, Micah Pondo, Sands Necklace coming back into the ball game. So you've got Covington, Valenzuela, Pondo, Rivero, and Criswell on the floor for the Wildcats. Still the starting 5 out there for the Rockets with 1:10 remaining in the first, all tied at 8. That'll be Sanchez in the right wing. He'll take it into the right base, give it off to Castillo, tosses back around to Barola. Barola pushing over to Mestas. Mestas back to Barola. Directing traffic, under a minute to go. Lovington's defense playing pretty tough at this point. Criswell swipes in, losing the basketball, and then tying it up is Pondo.
It go Lovington this time.
It will, so that'll be the 4th turnover for Goddard and give it back to the Cats with 45 seconds remaining here in the first.
You know, we talked in the first game about physicality, and J.B. Rios is one of the Lady Cats, not afraid to be very physical, and Pondo for the boys is one of the players never been afraid of being very physical.
Michael will get it and then toss it right back to Criswell. Sub coming in for the Rockets is Mesquita. Pondo with it as he works against Barola. Bouncing it to the free throw line, then give it to Cale on the right base, and he drives in hard, and he's going to get whacked by Castillo.
Gets the ball knocked out, but he gets fouled.
Yes, he does. And, wow, they actually put that on Barncastle, his first personal, 4th team foul. But it'll put Covington at the line for 2 and a chance for Lovington to retake the lead after we've been tied at 8. First one is on the way for Covington and swishes it home. More subs coming in now as Aiden Luck will check in for the Rockets. Luck, Barncastle, Barola, Mesquita, and Mestis on the floor. As now the other 8th grader, Miguel Perez, will check in for the Wildcats. Covington at the line, made the first. Puts up the second and gets them both. Lovington up now 10-8, 30 seconds to go here in the first. Lovington with the full court pressure on. Luck to Barncastle to Mestis. He'll break the press and he'll get it into the front court. Tries to underhand it and throws it right into the hands of Pondo. And then they're going to say travel beforehand. 5th turnover for the Rockets before the tie-up happens. So Lovington now with 22 seconds to make something happen here in the first. Perez to Covington. Back over to Rivero, still time with 15 seconds. Pondo, Rivero, left baseline, bouncing it into the middle. Bad pass, that'll be turnover number 4 for the Wildcats. They've got the pressure on with 5 seconds to go and then just slinging it down, and I think that was just a mistake by Luck because that leaves Lovington with just under 2 seconds to do something, and you've got Pondo who can shoot the lights out of this place. They can get it to him, and it'll be Criswell who takes it from half court. Off the glass, no good, but we have played a quarter from here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington 10, Goddard 8. We're back in a minute as Wildcat basketball continues. Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
The Wildcats take the lead 10-8 after 1 quarter of play. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Abigail Schaus shadowing, running the camera tonight. Tiff and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. It'll be, looks like Goddard basketball as we start the second half. So you've got Rivero, Criswell, Perez.
Covington.
That's Miguel Perez, Covington.
That is.
And Pondo on the floor for your Wildcats.
Miguel is actually known as Chicken.
Aha.
Chicken Perez. No, his dad says nobody knows him as Miguel.
Okay, so he's Chicken.
He's Chicken.
I was told that, but that was not what was on the list. As Covington will get the rebound.
Nice.
His first, guys, for it, feeds it down to Rivero, breaks through in the right lane, and up and in for Elijah.
First 2 points for Elijah and puts Lovington up 12-8.
Mesquita to the front court, 30 seconds gone here in the quarter. Deep pass to Mestis in the right corner. He'll back it out. Now he'll get it over to Mesquita as Criswell picks him up quickly in front of the Wildcat bench. Little shake and bake goes to the baseline and traveled. Yeah, it was either travel or step on the line. Either way, it's a turnover. 6 turnover for the Rockets. Let's see if the Cats can control it. So Criswell will inbound it to Perez. That's Chicken.
Not counting free throws. 3 of 11 shooting for both Goddard and Lovington in the first quarter.
But Lovington up by 4. Covington to Rivero. Then Kale will slash through the lane and go set up in the deep right corner to Criswell. Turn around from the free throw line. Shot up, no good. And it'll be Mestis with the rebound, his first. He'll keep it himself. Look over to Coach Gore and take it across the timeline. Directing traffic. 1 minute gone here in the second. 12-8, Lovington in the lead. To Mesquita with Criswell on him between the scorer's table and the bench. to Luck as Pondo picks him up. Looks like Micah's giving him an earful while he's doing it. Luck finds some room and goes through, and Kale swats him hard.
He
tried to get the ball, but instead got arm and everything else. Second personal for Kale.
He had both hands on the ball, spinning it out of him, and unfortunately got hand along with ball.
So that'll put Aiden Luck at the line to shoot 2. First trip to the stripe for the Goddard Rockets, and a chance to pull their first points up in this second quarter. So Luck with the open stance puts the first one up and down. So now it's 12-9, 6:45 remaining first half. Two teams have just kind of been sparring. These are both teams that you could see explode for a whole lot of points real fast, as the second one for Luck is up and good.
Although it's Sanchez who actually leads in field goal percentage for Goddard.
Subs coming in for the Wildcats. Perez back in. JoJo Perez. So now you got JoJo and Chicken. They are cousins. That was
they are.
That was pointed out to me in a nice way before the game. So
all right.
So Chicken will get it from JoJo. Picks it up, needs some help. He'll have to sling it down to a wide open Pondo. Left corner for 3, and bang!
Wow,
You
nice.
leave Micah that wide open. He'll put it down just almost every time.
He'll slam you down with the hammer.
5 points in the game for Micah now.
15-10, 5-point lead for the Cats. Mestas works against Rivero. Gonna get pushed out on the right base. He'll have to sling it back around. He'll get it to Barola, who's gonna direct a little traffic. Now he'll drive in, then he gets tied up. And wow, they're gonna call Chicken for the tie-up. They're gonna call him on the hold foul. So that'll be his first personal. Second team foul on Lovington. It is on the floor.
It's actually Chicken's dad who came up to me at the Portales game when I was up there solo and told me about that. He said, don't call him Miguel. Nobody knows. Everybody's saying, who's Miguel?
And so that's, I was told that was his nickname, but that is not what is on the roster.
No, it is not.
And so Chicken will get, I didn't know if he wanted to be called it. To Pondo for 3, and bang! Same spot, same result.
Back-to-back threes for Pondo, and now he's got 8 points in the game, puts Lovington up 18-10.
18-10, 5:45 to go in the first half. Still a lot of time in this one, as timeout going to be taken by Coach Gore. It's just a 30, so we will keep it right here. Say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat sports possible. You hear the ad, you see them there on the bottom of your screen. We could not do it without their help and support. And of course, it's because of those folks that we never have to charge you, like unfortunately too many groups and organizations do. We never have to beg you for donations like too many other groups and organizations do. It's because of those great folks. We don't charge you to watch your kids and your teams play, so please do business with these fine folks who sponsor and support your Cats and Lady Cats. After tonight, one game left in the regular season before the district tournament gets underway, and it'll be right back here at the friendly confines on Friday night with the Portales Rams and Lady Rams coming to town. We'll talk more about that in the post-game show. So out of the Goddard timeout, it will be Rocket basketball, trailing by 8. Oh, the inbound, and they will call the backcourt violation as Mestas barking at the official a little bit. That'll be turnover number 7 for the Rockets. So give it back to the Wildcats.
The Wildcats have stretched this out a little bit, but they need to put more distance between themselves and Goddard.
Yeah, you want to win by 10 so you can out things if you can, but let's not worry about it. Let's worry about getting the W first. To Pondo, the head fake to Chicken. Perez works it back around on Micah. He'll toss it to Rivero. Picking him up quickly was Barncastle. Now they're going to try and trap him up. He'll bounce it to JoJo, left corner for 3, and bang!
Wow.
Travey in 3 straight threes in 3 straight possessions for the Wildcats, and they stretch it up to a 21-10 lead.
And 3 of 3 shooting for them in the second quarter, 1 of 2 for Goddard.
Mestas brings it over to Barola. Now toss it out to Barncastle. Barncastle tries to split through. He will. Gets it to Mestas in the deep left corner. And JoJo ties him up. Ball loose on the floor. And trying to save it is Rivero. Will go out but stay Rocket basketball. But Lovington saw a quick opening there. Swatted at it and then sent everybody on the floor to try and get it. That's the hustle they're going to have to keep for the next half of the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to work hard, really work for this.
Inside to Barola, and they're going to get Chicken for the foul. His second personal, 3rd team foul on the Wildcats. Gotta remember, Perez just an 8th grader.
Yes.
Perez and Valenzuela both.
Yep, young players that Coach Pack pulled up at the beginning of district.
Donovan Gomez will check in. He'll come in for Perez. That's Chicken. I feel okay calling him that now because we have permission from his father. You got permission.
Actually, it was more of an order.
And then a bad pass, and it'll be turnover number 8 for the Rockets. Hey, we do work to order around here. We are a custom shop. So
And I think we missed writing one of the Roswell turnovers down that happened during the time when we were first talking about the whole Chicken Perez thing.
I've got 8. What do you got?
I've got him for 9.
Okay, we'll go with 9. I like your number better than mine. As Pondo airballs it out, and it'll wind up in the hands of Jose Porras, who just checked in. He'll get it to Mestis, gets bumped, loses the ball. I think mine should have been a foul there, but we'll take the turnover instead. 10th turnover, give it to Kale, drives through, shot up, no good, and it'll be another rebound for Porras.
Point blank miss, that's not typical of Kale.
No, it is not. Get it to Mosqueda. And he will run it up into the offensive zone for the Rockets. Directs traffic as we hit the halfway mark of the second half, the second quarter. Back to Porras, top of the arc. He'll drive it in, goes against Kale. Somehow gets it into the left corner for Luck, puts up the 3, and it is good. Aiden Luck with 5 points in the ball game. So now 21-13 in favor of the Cats. Pondo will flip it over to Rivero. He'll pull the 3-point trigger, in and out, and Porras with his 3rd rebound on his many times down the floor for the blue and white.
Not a lot of offensive rebounding by either team yet in this game.
No, there has not been. Porras in the deep right corner. Kale with him. Then bounce it to Luck in the right base. Bounce it, trying to come through is going to be Sanchez. Then he'll get it out. And the 3 on the way for Mestis, no good, and it'll be JoJo with the rebound. That'll be his 2nd. Perez keeps it himself into the front court, tossing to Covington, around to Rivero, to Gomez, right corner for 3, and bang!
Oh, just a nice 3-point display, especially in this second quarter.
4 trays in the quarter for the Cats, 5 in the game. They go back up by 11, 24-13. To the front court with Mosqueda.
4 of 6 shooting from the floor for Lovington in this quarter.
Luck at the free throw line, picks up the dribble. Ooh, I thought he picked up the pivot foot. Now a 3 out, and that one is down for Joaquin Sanchez, his first points of the ball game. 24-16 as the lights starting to get shot out of Wildcat Gym. To Pondo. Picking him up quickly was Mestis. Now around to Perez, and he gets taken down by Luck. A WWE-worthy knee lift there.
And it was before the
Yep, and they'll call that on
happened.
Luck. His first personal, just the first team foul on Goddard in the quarter. As reinforcements checking in for the Wildcats. As Criswell, Casadas, and Cardenas, the Killer C's, coming in. Criswell to inbound it. As he'll put the long inbound out to Perez near middle court. Now around to Casadas, deep left corner. Casadas works against Barola, finds a little room, goes to the right block, puts up the 12-footer, no good. And the rebound brought down by Sanchez, his first. 24-16, Lovington in the lead, 2:15 to go here in the first half. To Castillo, who's back in the ball game, to Barola. To Mosqueda, Perez gets to him quickly. Mosqueda drives in, takes Perez down somewhere into the back gym, and then they'll toss it out. 3 ball on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it'll be Cardenas who saves it. As Coach Casey Pack is not a happy camper.
He was
As having to go into the locker room is Perez, who literally got knocked out, and not only knocked out of the game. So he goes to the training room. And
right?
Did they just tee up Casey?
I don't know, but he was calling for a 30-second timeout, he was saying, and I think he was probably a little angry.
Yep, they are going to call the 30 as Casey. Yeah, I think he's got a reason to be mad there.
I think so too.
So the 30-second timeout as JoJo Perez has to go back into the locker room after getting absolutely hammered.
Right. and there was no call. There was no
there
foul.
was absolutely, yeah.
And that was what Coach Pack was mad about, is his player got hammered and got hammered so mad that I think there was probably blood involved. And, yeah, he's in the training room, but no foul was called. I think he was a little bit aggravated about that, aggravated that he's got a player down with nothing to show for that.
And so they'll put Valenzuela back in as a little bit of a hitch in the giddy up there for Perez as he's back out of the training room trying to walk it off.
But I think they do not call the T on the coach, so no technical.
When Casey blends perfectly with his pullover, he was as red as his pullover was blue. That often is a recipe for T, but it didn't happen that time, thank goodness. So get it to Cardenas. Now over to Valenzuela. Valenzuela goes between the legs, picks up the dribble, gives it to Criswell. 1:40 to go here in the first half. Working around to Dallas. Dallas using up the dribble to Valenzuela, NBA level from the right wing, and bang!
What a
Braxton Valenzuela with 7.
And 2 of them trays. Puts Lovington back up 27-16.
Get it to Mosqueda. He'll lose the basketball and right into the hands of Cardenas. 11th turnover for the Rockets. Lovington gets it back.
Got batted around a little like a badminton out there on the basketball court.
Get it to Gomez. Is picking him up was Mestis and Sanchez. Now they'll work it around. Criswell with Barola on him. Now it'll reset with Cardenas. Cardenas to Criswell. Right wing. 3 ball up, in and out. And it'll be brought down by Portis. He's got 4 boards. Coming off the bench.
It's always tough when it rattles in and pops out.
Yes, it is. Push it over to Sanchez. Now he'll get it to Portis, working the left base. Back out to Sanchez for 3. His shot up, no good, and it'll be Criswell who will get that one in the deep right corner. So Goddard comes up empty. Wildcat basketball to Valenzuela. The head fake, give it off to Gomez in front of the Rocket bench. Swing it around to Cardenas with 27 seconds. Dallas to Gomez, who was wide open in the low post and up and in.
Little give and go with an assist by Cardenas on that. Beautiful.
And Goddard had backed off thinking he was just going out of bounds, and Dallas said, yeah, watch this. Get it over to Barola. Barola almost gets it to Sanchez, to Mosqueda from the right slot. Shot is up, no good, and it'll be Criswell with his second board of the ball game. With 3, with 2, Criswell lets it fly from half court and just off the mark, but we have played a half of basketball from here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington 29, Goddard 16. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple-ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And a first half that started just a little bit slow before Lovington finding an extra gear in the second quarter, taking the lead 29-16. And how did we get here? Well, that's what we will find out. Starting with the Goddard Rockets, their leading scorer right now, Isaiah Mestis. He leads with 8 points for these Rockets. I don't know where I got 8 points all of a sudden, because that doesn't add up. 3 points.
3 points.
3
for
points
Mestis.
is right.
Yep.
3 points for Mestis. Their leading scorer, Eli Barncastle and Aiden Luck, each with 5. There we go. Now the numbers
now
add
it works
up.
out. There's
Isaiah
the math.
Mestis with 3. My 3 looked kind of like an 8, and I just carried it over. Joaquin Sanchez with 3, and that's the scoring for the Rockets. They go 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Their leading rebounder, Jose Porras, coming off the bench. He had 4 boards, 10 in the first half. For the Rockets, they turn the ball over 11 times, and they get 8 in the first, 8 in the second. It's nice and even. It goes to 16 in the books. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. I know I'm right on this one. Micah Bondo leads the way for the blue and white. He's got 8 points in the first half. Braxton Valenzuela, the 8th grader, coming off the bench. When Micah Bondo had to go out to take off some jewelry, he got 7 in that first half. 5 for Donovan Gomez, 4 for Cale Covington, 3 for JoJo Perez, 2 for Elijah Rivero, and somewhere there's a partridge in a pear tree. I will find it at some point. Danny Criswell is the leading rebounder. He's got 2. That's it. 9 boards as a team for the Wildcats in the first half. They go 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 5 turnovers for Lovington, 10 points in the first and 19 in the second. That's how they get to their 29 on the board. So now, if you're Lovington, you did about what you needed to do in the first half. You cannot afford a letdown in the second half, Don. Lovington Auto Supply, Napa Know-How keys to the second half.
Well, let me back up and talk just a little bit about a couple of the other stats that I like to keep when you're keeping things that you don't mark down necessarily. I did keep points as well, and free throws. But and trays, it's certainly worth noting that Goddard has had 3 trays in that first 1, 2, 3. That's right, 3 3-pointers. 4 actually messed us with his 3. So for Lovington, we have a 3-pointer from Perez. We have Valenzuela with 2 3-pointers. We have Ponda, who hit 2 trays as well, and Gomez, who hit a tray. So both teams leading kind of heavily on their perimeter shooting in that first half, and Lovington being able to be just a little more successful at that. And as far as in terms of taking shots, making shots, and missing shots, not counting free throws in the first quarter, Goddard went 3 of 11, shot 3 of 11 from the floor. They shot 3 of 8 from the floor in the second quarter, so they took far fewer shots, and Lovington was able to kind of dominate possession and keep them from taking as many shots in that second quarter. And all total, Goddard went and shot 6 of 19 in the first half. So they're shooting a little cold, despite the fact that of those 6, they had so many trays. They had 3 trays. Now for Lovington, they shot the same, 3 of 11 from the floor, as the same as Goddard in that first quarter, but they turned it loose. They went and they shot 5 of 10 from the floor in the second half, or the second quarter. So in the first half, they shot 8 of 21, so slightly better. But they're taking more shots, but not sinking as many. And it's worth noting, although I haven't written it down, I'll keep the stat in the second half. We both noticed, and I mentioned in that first half, that neither team was getting very many offensive rebounds and giving themselves and their teams second or third looks at the basket. So it's interesting to note that, again, not a lot of offensive rebounding in that first half. Period. Exactly. Half, yeah. So turnovers, so to speak, and a change of possession, not always a turnover, but change of possession. And so Lovington, I think, with the way things have looked in the first first half in terms of shooting from the floor. They are doing well to be this far, to have 29 points on the board and to have a 13-point lead over Goddard in the first half so far. They led 12-8, I think, at the end of the first, and now 29-16 at half. And in the second half, I think there are things, even though they're ahead, they're going to have to improve a little bit on their shooting percentage, and they're going to have to try to work on getting offensive rebounds and giving themselves more looks at the basket. Both teams, you mentioned, when you live by the three, you can die by the three, because if you're shooting, your perimeter shooting can go cold, and sometimes in the third quarter it can for one team or the other or both, then you have a problem. Then you have been living and getting so many points and stretching their lead out by virtue of the threes. And if they dry up and go cold, then we're going to have a much tighter game. And Lovington is really going to have to keep their feet on the gas. And they've been playing pretty good defense, but a couple of times they have lost their man and left things open.
Yep, they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to find a way to penetrate if they can work the boards, and that'll wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How, and trust me, you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And we'll come back for the second half right after this. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Getting ready for the start of the second half of this one. The Wildcats leading the Rockets 29-16 in a must-win affair tonight. For this Wildcat squad, they need to do whatever they can to finish ahead of these Rockets in district to keep their playoff hopes in where they need to be. And it'll be Lovington basketball as we start the second half. Criswell gets the start in the second half, and a bad pass thrown away and right into the hands of Castillo. 6 turnover for the Wildcats. Not how Lovington wanted to start it.
Lovington can't afford to have a down quarter like they did against Artesia on Friday night.
No, they cannot. Work it around to Castillo. Then he'll toss it out to Barncastle. Now over to Barola. Barola to Sanchez. He'll drive into the right lane and lose the basketball. It is out, no foul, but it'll stay Goddard basketball. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Abigail Schaus, shadowing and running camera tonight. So it'll be Mestis to inbound it, and nope, he didn't get it in,
right.
And that'll be the 5-second violation. 12th turnover for Goddard.
Nice work, and Lovington has got to try to make sure they don't have empty possessions. They need to stretch this out. They've got a 13-point lead, but it can dry up quickly.
Yes, it can. To Rivero into the front court. Tossing out to Criswell. Criswell over to Gomez. Left corner for 3. That one is off the mark. And then Dallas will have his second ball rebound of the ball game.
Nice offensive rebound there.
Yes,
Good
it
chance.
is. Cardenas flipping it out to Gomez, working around to Criswell. Criswell moving, going to Rivero. Rivero hippity hop and then out to Covington, and he'll drive the left base, then toss it out to Cardenas, then to the right block. Gomez try and trap him up. Cardenas thinks about the 3, gives it to Rivero left wing. His 3 will be short. Cale with another offensive board, and he'll push in and put up a shot. No good. It'll wind up short, and Barncastle will come away with it for the Rockets. Toss it to Sanchez,
and
who tosses
travel.
it out, and then a travel. 13th turnover for Goddard.
Yep, took it up in the middle of his leap trying to pass it and turns it over. So good chance again for Lovington. They've got 3 straight misses to start this third half. They need to break through the ice.
The third half?
The third half.
I didn't know there was a third half.
Second half, third quarter there. Yeah. I did half and half there.
Yogi Morgan. I've done that more times than I care to count. So
I can count them.
I'm not sure there's enough numbers. Gomez for three, and that one will be off the mark. Ball bouncing around loose on the floor, and Barncastle, I think, going to come away with it as Rivero going to get caught for going Superman, and yep, they'll get him. And so Rivero, first personal, first team foul on Lovington, and give Barncastle the board, and Roswell the basketball. Well, Goddard the basket. They don't like it when you call them Roswell. They're Roswell Goddard.
It's almost 2 minutes into this third quarter, and nobody has scored yet.
Kind of how we started the ball game, as they'll throw that to Mestis, and he'll push in. Shot up, no good, and it'll be Rivero with the rebound. Elijah will bring it back down, and he'll just go coast to coast. The reverse circus shot up and good. Rivero with 4 points. Sometimes you have to try and do something spectacular to just get it to go.
That breaks the ice for Lovington in this third half.
31-16. Ba-doop-doop, by the way.
Yes, okay.
To Barola to Mestis, left corner, three on the way, and that one is up and down. Now he's got 6 points in the ballgame, his second tray.
Credit where credit's due. Beautiful shot.
Criswell to Covington, to Cardenas. Of course, Dallas will be moving on, continuing his football career over at Nimmy next year.
Nice ball work there, moving the ball around. Good passing by Lovington. I like this.
Doing a nice job with it. The Cats up by 12. 5 minutes to go here in the third. To Criswell to Covington and losing the basketball, and then they'll call jump ball, and it'll go over to the Rockets. 7th turnover for the Wildcats.
So still, not much scoring so far in this third quarter.
Micah Pondo will come in for Dallas Cardenas.
Yep, and
so it'll be Mestis on the inbound. He will take it up into the offensive zone. Lovington looks at a 1-1-2. 4:54. And Barncastle, top of the arc. His three is off the mark, and it'll be Rivero just taking it away from Mestis to Criswell. Into the front court. Pondo, NBA level, left wing, in and out. No good. And Barncastle will have his 5th board of the ball game. One and done down for the Wildcats.
Covington was right there, but couldn't grab it in time.
Mestis tossing to Barola. Criswell picks him up. Now they'll work it around again to Barncastle. To Mestis, a wide open left wing, and he'll rattle it home again. You leave these kids open, they'll get you every time. 9 points for Mestis.
And now just a 9-point lead for Lovington here with 4:13 left in the third.
31-22 the score. Pondo with it, give it to Covington at the left elbow. He'll sling it into the right corner for Criswell for three. That one off the mark, and the rebound by Barncastle. That'll be his 6th. As Lovington will try and trap him up, and he'll step on the baseline.
Good defensive pressure by Lovington.
That was more like a jump than anything.
Covington and Gomez both just forcing him out of bounds.
So it'll go over to Lovington.
Without fouling him, by the way.
For the 14th turnover for the Goddard Rockets. Toss it into Covington. Spins at the free throw line, then dumps it underneath to Rivero, who gets hammered from behind. Question is it going to be on Sanchez or is it going to be on Barncastle? They'll whistle Barncastle. His first personal, first team foul in the half on Goddard.
That's his second of the game.
And Elijah Rivero goes to the free throw line for the first time in the game. He's got 4 points in the game, has a chance to make it 5 or 6.
Doesn't get it there.
Not there, but may
Chicken
now.
will check back in.
Art Castro texted me a while back and said that that actually Chicken and JoJo are brothers, not cousins. So there's a little.
I was told by JoJo they were cousins.
Yeah, so that's what I thought too.
So Rivero gets the second, and Lovington back up by 10. 32-22, 3:47 remaining here in the third quarter. As Mestis directs traffic, he'll sling it over to Sanchez. Sanchez calling for a little help, and Barola will come over and help him out. Back to Sanchez, now into the deep right corner. And he will travel. Took that extra little slide, and they'll get you for it every time. 15th turnover for the Rockets. Lovington needs to cash in with 3.5 to go in the third and a 10-point lead.
A lot of travels and turnovers in the game.
Yes, there have been. Chicken to the front court. Perez to Pondo. Pondo just going to take his time. Mestis giving him room. Back to Perez. Perez around to Rivero. They work the far side of the court. Deep left corner as Barncastle picks up Chicken. Now he'll get it out to Pondo near midcourt. Goes behind the back. Micah, a little 15-foot floater, shot up, no good. And Barola with the rebound, his third, and they'll bring it back down. Barola flies down and flashes up and in, and he's going to be a timeout taken. So the score is good. 2:55 to go here in the third. Lovington 32, and the Rockets now with 24. We're back in 1 minute, full timeout. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
No secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
An 8-3 run to start the half for the Goddard Rockets, and Goddard actually takes the timeout as they've chopped it under a double-digit lead. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym, 32-24, Lovington leading Goddard. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. And Abby Schau running the camera tonight. Yeah, Dawn?
Lovington only scoring 3 points in this quarter so far. They came in 20.
Push it into Covington, then get it back to Rivero. Rivero down. And losing the basketball. 8th turnover for the Wildcats. Mestis will bring it down. He'll lean it off the glass. Shot up, no good, and Chicken will get the rebound.
Nice.
Miguel's first.
Oh,
but then he supermans it down, and Pondo not able to get it and turn it right back over on the 9th turnover for Lovington.
Yeah. So a good effort there, but then a turnover. It becomes a wash. Lovington.
So Mestis will bring it over right at center court, right up the Wildcat to Barola. Watch it, that kid can shoot. To Sanchez, to Barncastle with Gomez on him. Back to Mestis, his favorite spot. Left wing, 3 up, no good. Barola with the rebound, and then Gomez will knock it away from him and force the turnover, and Lovington will bring it back. Perez crossing the timeline just to the south of the Wildcat to Gomez. They try and trap him up in front of the Lovington bench. Donovan with good height, though, able to flip it back out between the rings to Pondo. To Chicken, give it to Covington. He spins through the paint, and then he gets... Oh, I thought he got held. They say travel instead.
Definitely a
well,
hold.
it looked also like, I thought they were going to call a foul on him for backing into the player. So we're all wrong. And it becomes a turnover, and now Goddard's chance to score.
10th turnover for the Wildcats. To Castillo, and he'll bounce it.
Oh,
Rivero
nice.
says, nope, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Elijah up the left lane and lay it up and in. Rivero now with 7 points in the ball game, and Lovington back up by 10.
2 of 9 shooting from the floor so far in this third quarter for Lovington. Got to do
both
better.
of them from Rivero.
Yes.
90 seconds to go here in the third. Mestis picks up the dribble, bounces to Barncastle. Now out, Castillo from the top of the arc for 3, no good, and it'll be Perez. Chicken with his second. Puts up the chicken wings and pulls that one away from Mestis.
Going to run the point himself.
Perez leaves it off for Covington. Drives right baseline. Kale leans it in and banks it home. Covington with 6 points, and Lovington back up by 12. We hit the 60-second mark remaining in the third. 36-24. Mestis right up center court and across the timeline. Barola to Barncastle to Castillo. Kale knocks it away from him, takes it away from him. Another turnover forced. Kale will keep it himself. Toss it to Gomez, left lane and up and in.
Beautiful, a no-look pass. That was a great give and go with an assist by Covington.
Barola working against Chicken will take it to the front court. Now flip it to Mestis. 34 seconds remaining. Lovington up by 14, their biggest lead of the ball game. To Barola with Chicken on him. Get it to Barncastle. Gomez comes out to guard him. Barncastle using up the dribble, needing some help, and Sanchez and gets it, but a timeout going to have to be taken by Coach Charles Gore. It'll just be a 30, so we'll keep it right here with 21 seconds to go in the third.
38-24. Lovington going on a little bit of a spurt. They took a long time to put points on the board, only scoring 3 points for more than half of this that third quarter. But finally coming in 3 baskets in a row. and that counter is what Goddard has been able to do. They've been limiting the number of shots by Goddard so far in this third quarter, and more turnovers by Goddard than Lovington so far in the third quarter as well.
Great to have you with us tonight here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, do subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Tell all your family and friends they can watch for free. And remember, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, somebody will get $100 out of my pocket. Not coming from the sponsors, not coming from the station. It's just my way of saying thanks for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. As Barola turnaround from 10, left base. Shot up, no good, and Chicken will have another rebound as Perez brings it back down, gets poked from behind, and finally they'll call Barola for a foul. They'll call him for the push. That'll be his second personal. Just the second team foul.
It'll be on the floor.
Yes, it will be. 12 seconds to go here in the third. So Lovington can play for the last shot here. Perez tossing over to Valenzuela, back in, give it to Covington, almost loses it on the floor. Covington, the little turnaround push shot is up and in. 8 points for Covington, and at the buzzer, Lovington will take the 40-24 lead. We head to the fourth. Don't miss a minute of it. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
8 minutes to decide this contest. The Wildcats in the lead, 40-24. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle with Dawn Morgan. Abigail Schaus shadowing and running camera tonight, as Chicken will get it on the inbound, give it over to Pondo. Micah gonna direct traffic to Braxton Valenzuela, the 8th grader in. They'll give it to Covington, left base, goes hard over Luck, puts up the shot, no good, but they're gonna get Luck for the push, his second personal. First team foul in the fourth, and it'll put Covington at the line. He is 2 of 2 from the stripe.
Boy, Goddard has been able to really guard him well and keep his points down in this game, but he sinks that one.
He does, so 9 points now for Covington. Only 2 boards, but nobody really is just eating up the glass tonight for either squad.
No.
Second on the way for Covington, and it's good. He's got 10 in the ball game.
2 offensive rebounds apiece for those teams in the third quarter.
42-24 into the front court. It'll be Mesquita. Valenzuela on him. Mesquita, kind of a little push off, no call. Flip it back out to Luck, to Barncastle. Top of the arc, NBA 3 distance on the way. And it is an air ball and out. Give it over to Lovington.
Chicken and Micah Pondo right there, both of them wisely letting that go so that it becomes their ball.
Now important for Lovington. They've held Goddard to just 8 points per quarter, although they can do more. Is Covington to the front court, and he's going to get fouled. It'll be a push from behind on Luck, I got to think.
Slapped him, really slapped the ball, trying to get it away.
Let's see for sure who they put it up on. Actually, they're going to get that one
35,
on,
should
actually
be
on Barola.
Barola.
So that'll be his third personal.
23, yeah.
Second team foul. As Porras will check in, and Barncastle heads to the bench.
And I thought it was 33. It's 23.
So in, and it will be Rivero. He directs traffic. He'll just have to flip it back out to Perez. Perez from the Wildcat logo comes near side. Pondo back to Perez.
The clock is Lovington's friend.
Yes,
they can
it is.
afford.
Now Lovington needs to think about keeping this above 10 points.
Yes.
As they'll get it to Kale in the left base and put it up and count the bucket and the foul.
Took him, and he had to do a head fake and then go back up for it. Nice work.
Let's see for sure who they're going to get on it as.
25?
They don't have a 25, so that'll be interesting to see.
Maybe 23. Is it
Maybe
Barola again?
I think it is.
No, it's
actually,
number 5.
They're going to get it on 5. So
Sanchez.
He's
his
up at
second
2,
personal.
so I was like, in the world?
Kale's and one is up, and it is good.
He's got 8 points in the second half.
So now 45-24. The Cats up by 21. Stretching it out with 7 minutes remaining in the game. They've got to keep this over 10 to zero out the Goddard advantage. Bad pass and into the hands of the Wildcats. Bring it back down. Rivero, he'll take it coast to coast, flip it up, but Kale is there with the rebound, and he gets fouled by Luck.
3 straight possessions. Kale got fouled, like right in the same spot.
He's got 4. He's 4 for 4 at the free throw line in this game. So
that will put Lovington in the bonus on the next foul, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Gore. 6:44 remaining here in the fourth. Lovington 45, Goddard 24. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and high standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Back here at Wildcat Gym, Lovington up 45-24. Goddard taking the timeout as Goddard is going to try and do anything they can. I've got to think at this point, Dawn, Goddard and Coach Gore have to know that winning this game, well, not impossible, is probably getting a little out of reach, but they want to get it under 10 points to keep the 10-point must go. As the first tiebreaker is how did the two do against each other?
Right, it's the point differential
between
in their
each
games,
other. Yes.
each other, not just against all teams.
As Kale will get the first one to go.
And that's nice.
Yeah, and that's the second tiebreaker goes to between all the teams.
Exactly. So it's every point counts, every possession counts, and so Lovington's going to continue.
And that one is off the mark, and it'll be Luck with the rebound, his first. So since Goddard beat Lovington by more than 10, they cap it at 10 either way. So Lovington is -10 in the race, and Chicken will steal it away, and the Cats back the other way as Perez up the right lane and puts it up with the right hand and through.
Coast to coast off of the steal. Nice work.
20th turnover for the Rockets as Barola to Mestis. Valenzuela on him with 6:18 remaining here in the contest. Goddard trying to get it under 10. Lovington trying to keep it over 10. And trying to improve to 2 and 3 and put Goddard the same way. Barola for 3, and that one is down. Barola, we've been calling the Barolas names for years. Seemed like they were at Roswell High for a long time, but those kids just absolutely drove us crazy from the Lee County squads for years. To a wide open Rivero, who got the pass wide open, then got the screen from Covington, and Rivero up and in.
And the assist by Pondo, really nice.
Coming through is Barola. Get it to Mestis, 50-27. 23-point lead for the Wildcats. 5.5 remaining. Bounce it to Barola. Now they'll come to Mestis. Left wing, his 3 is up, and it is good. Mestis with 12 in the game leads the way for the Rockets.
And those 3-pointers.
Push it down to Rivero. He spins around. Luck puts it in, and good. Rivero now with 11 in the ball game.
And it's important for Lovington to answer points, even if it's just 2 for 3. They need to answer.
Barola fall away from 15 on the right side, and he'll rattle it home. He's got 7 in the ball game, all in the second half. 52-32, 5 minutes to go. Business is picking up as Pondo will track it down in the deep right corner. Throw it to Kale. He'll take it from the right block, put it up, count the bucket and the foul.
All right.
And they're going to get, I believe, Barola for his 4th personal, and Lovington will be in the bonus for the remaining. Actually, they'll get Luck on that one with his 4th. And it'll be the 5th team foul, so Lovington in the bonus from here on out.
54-32, a 22-point lead for Lovington. But they have to keep their feet on the gas, and they want to answer any points that Roswell Goddard put up.
Yes, they do.
Either 2s or 3s. They've got
16 points for Kale, trying to make it 17, and he will. 5 of 6 from the stripe here in the 4th quarter. Roswell will bring it back down. Clock continues to move with 4:45 remaining here in the game. Luck with it, drives through the lane, puts up a little flip, no good, and it'll be Criswell who just checked in with the rebound. Danny's third. He'll bring it across the timeline.
Crystal's had a good district season off
Yes,
the
he
bench.
has, as Covington flops to the floor, hit a bad spot on the floor and falls down. They're going to call him for the travel. That'll be the 11th turnover for Lovington.
They might want to get over there with a towel and see if there's a little slick spot over there. Could be some sweat on the floor.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see that because it not only means going down, turning over the ball, but maybe an injury. That's why you want to keep the floor dry and clean.
Yes, it is. To Barola as Cardenas back in and get it over to Gutierrez, who just checked in. His three-ball will rattle home as Goddard going to try and chip away at it from beyond the arc. Back to 20. And we talked about this in the girls' game. You can play keep away, but if you get an open opportunity, do so.
Take the look rather than lose the basketball or have it stolen away from you.
As Cardenas, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Pack as Cardenas gets trapped up. Let's see if Casey takes the full or the 30. And it will be a full, so we'll take it with them as Wildcats up by 20, 55-35. Lovington basketball continues in a moment. Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from here at Wildcat Gym tonight. Lovington taking the timeout to maintain possession, 55-35, up by 20. I'm TJ Miracle. She's Dawn Morgan. She's Abigail Schaus, shadowing and running the camera for this game tonight. So if you're Goddard, you're trying everything you can to get it under 10. If you're Lovington, you're going to do everything you can for the next 5 minutes, or 4 and change, right at 4, to keep it over 10.
That's right.
To zero it out, and then it becomes a what's the score of the games Friday.
So it's an unusual point to be in if you're
Valenzuela
Lovington.
bounces to Covington, who's on his can, who gives it right back through. I don't know how he kept from traveling, but of course Cale sitting down is as tall as a lot of people are standing up. Covington will take it through. The little underhand wrist shot is up and good for Covington, as Covington taken over on the offensive side for the Cats.
14 points in the second quarter.
Mesta step back from the left lane, or the left slot, shot up, no good, and Covington with the rebound is fourth to a breaking Valenzuela, and Braxton up and in. 9 points for Valenzuela, 59-35. Mestas to the front court, works against Valenzuela, tossing over to Sanchez, deep left corner. On him tight is Criswell. Now they'll get it out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Mestas. Valenzuela stays on him, working through, ball goes loose on the floor, trying to tie him up, and they will call jump ball, and it'll stay Goddard ball. But a good job by the Wildcats, and especially the 8th grader, to recognize he had a chance to get the hand on that one and tie it up.
35 rather. So a 24-point lead for Lovington. Just under 3 minutes left to play here.
It'll be Barola at inbound. Barola, Mestas, Gutierrez. Just checking in will be Dominic De Leon and Barncastle on the floor for your Goddard Rockets. Or pardon me, that's Blaze Andreas, number 3. They'll give it to Gutierrez. He'll step back from the left slot. His shot up, no good, and Covington with rebound number 5. 2:40 to go. As Criswell to the front court, up the far side. 2.5 to go. To Valenzuela, back to Criswell.
And now Lovington's in a position to
spin move by
Covington,
and he is going to be fouled.
Yeah.
Well, when you attack like that, it can happen, as they're going to get Gutierrez. That'll be his first personal. So Covington back to the line for 2 more. And I like that they've been aggressive. They didn't do that at Goddard. They were not aggressive with the bigs inside, and they weren't really aggressive in the first half, much more aggressive in the second.
Yes.
First one is up for Covington, and it is good.
As Covington had only 4 points in that first half, but he has really come alive and had a lot of unanswered points here.
He's got 20 after that free throw.
Yep. And has missed only one of the free throws.
And so he gets that one to fall.
61-35 now, 2:20
7 of
left.
his last 8 and 9 of 10. So Barola from the left corner for 3. That one is off the mark. Ball loose on the floor, still loose on the floor, still loose, and gonna get a jump ball here, and it should be Lovington basketball.
Casadas got in there on the dog pile at the end and got a hand on the basketball and tied up.
Valenzuela was at the bottom of that pile, so give him credit for the rebound. 2:09 to go for the Wildcats, 61-35, stretching it up. Criswell goes against Lopez, who just checked in for the Rockets. Criswell to the front court, underhanding it to Gomez. Gomez tossing out to Valenzuela, under 2 to go. Thinks about the 3, now he'll just run it into the left line. A foul, or they're going to call a travel?
They're going to call a foul away from the ball on Casadas, maybe.
It'll be a defensive foul.
No, it's a defensive
and
foul.
So they're going to call that one on Dominic De Leon. So at the line will be Braxton Valenzuela to the line and up and good, 62-35. Valenzuela with 10 in the ball game. 3 Cats in double figures. Second one for Valenzuela's up, and that one will rattle home. So 63-35, 28 points up for the Cats as Cardenas back in. Casadas also on the floor. As De Leon almost losing it, he will lose it. Is going hard to the floor is Gomez. Big smile as he pushes it over to Criswell. To Valenzuela, NBA level 3 from the left wing, and bang!
Wow.
Braxton Valenzuela.
That's his 3rd tray of the game. He popped 2 in the first half.
66-35 as Cardenas will steal it away, and Dallas gets hammered from behind. And that should do it for Ezekiel Barola. They might ought to consider a flagrant on that one. So the push foul on Barola, and that is his 5th. He is done for the night. Barola fouls out of the game, 7 points, 4 rebounds. And they'll put Mosqueda in, and it'll be Cardenas' chance to get in the scorebook tonight. He's got a couple of boards. And now a chance for him to get some points in there. First one up for Dallas, and it is off the front of the iron, short arm, no good. His chicken will come back in for Criswell. Also coming in for the Wildcats, Matthew Contreras, seeing his first action tonight. He'll go in for Gomez. So you've got Perez and Valenzuela, the 2 8th graders out there. Cardenas, the senior, at the line. Casadas and Contreras in the blocks.
Younger players in the game, but they have been very instrumental in adding points and adding to this victory.
And Chase Terrell going to come in for Braxton Valenzuela.
Gets a nice round of applause, and deservedly so.
Terrell played a good game in the JV game earlier. Lovington losing that one. But the varsity trying to put it back up, and Dallas misses them both, and the rebound by Gutierrez. 1:12 to go, Lovington up by 31. So they've done what they've needed to do tonight, Don, as Mosqueda's drive through, tosses out to Gutierrez. Lovington will tie him up, and they are going to get Casadas for the personal.
Could take a while to play this last minute here.
It could. First personal on Javier. That'll be just the first team foul on Lovington.
Starting to get just a little sloppy here in this final minute or so, minute and a half of the game.
Justin Villalobos will come into the ball game. 1 minute remaining. As Mosqueda will toss it into Lopez. Lopez loses the basketball into the hands of Chicken. It's another turnover as Perez will force another one. And now Lovington can just run this one out if they want to Casadas. Casadas into the corner for 3. Villalobos shot up, no good, and the rebound by De Leon. Lovington tries to trap him up in the backcourt. Mosqueda will spin across in front of the scorer's table. Goddard will reset with 33 seconds remaining in the half. Mosqueda backs up from the left slot. 3 on the way, up no good, and the rebound out and last touched by Blaze Andreas, number 3, or Lopez.
2.
They were both in the neighborhood.
Lopez.
So Contreras to inbound it. 25 seconds remaining, 66-35 the score. Lovington in the lead. Perez to Contreras, right corner, 3 on the way, in and out, and the rebound by De Leon. 10 seconds to go, Mosqueda with Terrell on him. Slings it to Lopez to the front court with 7, 6, 5. Over to Mosqueda, and Chicken is going to steal it away, and he'll just take it in and run it out, and that will do it.
Wow.
As the Lovington Wildcats do what they need to do. They win by more than 10 as they take out the Goddard Rockets 66-35. We'll be back with your Western States Insurance postgame report right after this. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball. Actually, let's hear from Western States, since this is the Western States postgame show.
True.
Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
All right, there we go. And this is the Western States Insurance postgame report. Western States Insurance. Call Connie Severe and her crew, whether you need personal or business, any line of insurance, she can take care of you. So a big win tonight for the Wildcats as they are victorious 66-35 over the Goddard Rockets, improving to 15-10 on the year, but 2-3 in district, and dropping Goddard to 2-3 in district, and they even up now on the point differential, and so that puts it through to meaning a lot needs to happen on Friday night. Lovington, of course, needs to win against the Portales Rams, and they need Goddard if they win. As long as Lovington wins by more than 5, I think they're okay on that. Let's take a quick look at the final numbers in this one. Isaiah Mestis leads the way for the Rockets tonight. He's got 12 points in the ball game as Coach Casey Pack joining us. There we go. Coach Pack, our Bob Thriftway coach's conversation. Casey, congratulations. A big win tonight. You guys needed this one, didn't you?
Yes, we did. I mean, we control our own destiny, but we took the first step closer to owning that destiny.
Well, and so, getting the win by more than 10, that was important because that evened everything out there. And now, like you said, you just got to go to Portales. What was the key tonight? It looked like it started a little slow, but then in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter, you guys kind of kicked it into high gear there.
Yeah, we started slow because we were in a zone. Usually you see us, we're in man. We wanted to keep them off the three-point line because last time we played them, they had one of those stars line up and everything. They shot 60% from the arc, you know, so we wanted to take that away. And then we just mixed it up, and then we started getting on our man. And, proud of our kids. They got after it.
Well, they sure did. Cale Covington leading the way with 21 points, but your 8th grader, Braxton Valenzuela, chipping in 14 in the ball game. Wow.
And 3 of those were three-pointers.
Yeah, he can shoot a little bit.
He can. So big there. And, of course, Elijah Rivero with 11 points, but really a good team effort tonight. And were you guys maybe feeling it a little bit, knowing what you've got to do moving forward?
Yeah, that's what I told them earlier. We got to play with some urgency, and we cannot set back. Because I thought when we walked in, we were too complacent, and we let them sneak up on us. Because if we'd have took care of business there, we wouldn't be in this situation. But it is what it is, and now, I mean, they understand. I mean, especially for the seniors. I mean, now we're at the season when you lose, you're done.
Right.
So we want to keep it going. We want to keep the rhythm going. I think, I thought against Artesia we played one of our best halves and then come back and couldn't throw it in the ocean.
Yeah.
The third quarter, we could not throw it in the ocean.
Had a great first half.
Yes. Well, this third quarter started out the same way. It's like, come on, guys. We're having good shots, but let's start looking for better shots. And then, it starts working. We start making a couple, and then we get on rhythm. So, hats off to the kids and their hustle.
Yeah, and then you started forcing them to foul a lot, and you were doing really well. You guys performed at the free throw line very well tonight.
Yeah, Kale finally shot some free throws well.
and
he could be averaging 30 points a game and makes his free throws.
Yeah, I was going to say he went 9 of 10. So
yes,
I think he'll take 90%.
It's about like that.
Yeah. Plus he got in the 1,000-point club, of course. So that's awesome. But what's the key against Portales? What's that going to be for you on Friday night?
It's the same thing. They got three, a little point guard that he does everything for him. If we contain him like we did there, I think we'll be fine. We can't let him get downhill and let their team get in rhythm. And it's good that he's kind of small. He's like our guard, so we can take that away quicker. So
a little practice.
Yes.
How important is it going to be to be playing that final game, such an important game, a must-win game like this one here
it's
at
awesome.
Wildcat Gym?
It's hard to beat us here, and not many teams do. So it's great. Wish everybody come out and pack Friday night. It's senior night after the game. They got homecoming. They got all kinds of stuff going on.
Going to be a big night.
Yes.
Yeah, big game first. Though.
Big night. Portales coming into town. I said it a couple of years ago in an interview with another media outlet. I think it could be Tiddlywinks or Jacks, and you could see blood on the floor when it comes to Lovington and Portales.
Yes.
So let's get the blue in here to take on the red and get ready for taking over that second spot in district. Casey, congratulations
tonight.
Thank
you. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We'll look forward to Friday.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right.
Coach Casey Pack, our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation. And so the Wildcats doing what they needed to do tonight, just quickly, because I know we need to get out of here before they start turning the lights off on us. What did you see tonight, Abigail, quickly?
The boys were very aggressive. They got what they needed done. And point blank, they need a win Friday.
And you guys do too.
That's exactly.
Girls do too, for sure.
Definitely going to be important.
We'd like to see double wins on Friday night right here and finish out district season and regular season with a big bang. And are you guys having senior night too?
No, I don't think. We had senior night earlier this year.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
That's right, you did. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it as we'll be back with you on Friday night from right back here at Wildcat Gym, your pregame show starting about 5:30 with the Lady Cats, and the tip-off expected around 5:30, sometime around there. So with that, we will put a wrap on it. Lady Cat and Wildcat basketball brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Lovington Auto Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Municipal Schools, Master Plumbers, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, the First American Bank of Lovington, and Western States Insurance. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For Abigail Schau, shadowing and running the camera. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long and thanks for watching and listening. Wildcat Basketball and Lady Cat Basketball, an exclusive presentation of No Walmart Digital and KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.